Got your glasses on. All right, let me see. Let me add you. Share screen. Okay, let's see. Say something. It sound like I hear something, but you ain't loud though. Hey y'all, I just wanted to let you know that we're going live shortly. And why you not on the split screen? Hey y'all, I'm trying to get Locky in on the screen. Let me see. So anyway, you haven't seen my post. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, we on now. We got it now. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. All right, so hey, how y'all doing this evening? This is your girl Giselda. Okay, I am joining y'all with a very controversial personality. I think I'm gonna say that. But anyway, this is King Lockett. I like to refer to him as the king of controversy. Okay, so this is exactly why I decided to pick him to come on Sheba's Talks with me and talk about this controversial subject. So I just wanted to introduce yourself. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who you are, give a little background about you, and go ahead and plug yourself in on your social medias and things like that.
That's what's up. I appreciate that introduction.
All right, no problem.
It is a pleasure for me to be here with this lovely lady right here, man. You know, I looked at this like a badge. I take this as a badge of honor to be here right now. You know, had such an invite. But my name is King Lockett, as she say, the king of controversy, if that's what you want to say. I tend to have ways to ruffle up feathers, and I don't mean no harm with that. But you know, we just try to keep it real from my perspective, only my opinion and my perspective. You know, I'm a traveler. I speak a lot about romance, love, you know, different little types of life. You know, I'll be going down into the jungles of Colombia soon to speak on and teach on survival for, you know, our people, our Black community need to know these type of things. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, King Lockett Benya, Instagram, #1, King_Lockett, YouTube, King Lockett. And hey, I'm a businessman in Atlanta, Georgia. I believe in entrepreneurship, financial freedom. That's pretty much it. Hold on, one second. Hold on. I'm ex-convict. You know, I used to be Pookie and Ray Ray. You feel me? I used to be Pookie and Ray Ray, baby.
So, you forgot something. What about Training from Hell? Because you know,
See, if I go down the whole list of this Renaissance man, I'll be naming all day. But yeah, I'm a certified personal trainer, certified firefighter, search and rescue, railroad rescue, river rescue, specialist in fire behavior. One of the most certified men in the state of Georgia. You know, unfortunately, I have a few felons, so I can't work in that department, that area no more. But I'm still certified. However, like I said, I am a businessman, so I take it past all of that 9 to 5 type of stuff anyway. So I'm new to this blogging. I'm new to the YouTube. I'm new to the debating here on camera and all that good stuff. So hey, man, y'all bear with me. You know, a little camera shy. You feel me? We're gonna try to make this thing work.
Don't be shy. It's all fun. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely no judgment zone. So you know, I just want you to know that, you know what I'm saying? I want you to feel comfortable for this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you're trained to go, you know, TCG and everything, but
born to go, baby.
Born to go, train to go somewhere, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's all on you. You know, I don't mind. Live your life, brother. Live your life, though. But it ain't no judgment zone. But for real, y'all, ladies, I know some of y'all are looking for an eligible bachelor. I don't know if it's him, so don't even think that's what I was going to say. But y'all see that he get his free promo on, so all his credentials and things like that, you know, y'all take that into consideration. But on the real, for real, this is my personal trainer, and he is a very, very good at what he does. We definitely did a session I'm trying to get back in there. Okay, so we got something coming up for that for y'all too, but I'm gonna get into that later. But we had a really great session. You were so encouraging and motivating. Like when I wanted to give up, and you was really like, you really tried to. I think you really tried to go in on me. I don't know if it was some kind of get back because we had been verbally sparring on your social media platform or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, and I really look forward to us doing it in the future. So thank you so much for that.
Give me such a hard time.
Well, I do what I do. I do what I can. So welcome. Thank you, everybody. I am your girl, Giselle She Boss. This is She Boss Talks, okay? She Boss Talks Live. So I am trying to step it up. As y'all can see, we got a new platform. I'm going to be doing more episodes where I'm interviewing more people and having more guests on. So if you're interested in being a guest, sponsoring the episode, or having your products or services promo on the page or my YouTube channel or any of my social media platforms for that matter, please make sure you email me at sheboss21inc, okay, for all your inquiries or info for booking, okay? So tonight's subject, we're going to get into submission on relationships. And the reason I picked Mr. Lockett is because, like I said, he's pretty controversial. Sometimes we don't agree on things, but I do like his open-minded points of views and opinions. And yes.
For a minute. Let's do away with the Mr. word. I think that's so slave master type, and we trying to push a certain agenda. Appreciate it, sweetheart.
I was saying MR, not MISTER, but if that
MR, MISTR, just respect the day when I'm gonna do the same for you.
How about I just say King? How about that? Would
that's fine, sweetheart.
Would that stroke your alpha ego? Will that do it for you? You see, I had to put my crown. Oh, let me drop my seat down. Look, I had to put my crown on this evening because I had to. I see. Okay, but anyway, so check the move. This is a couple things I wanted to ask you about, and I just want to get your views and opinion on this because I think submission in relationships is an interesting topic, and I think I have different views and opinions on it than most men and a lot of females. So I wanted to have a conversation with someone from the opposite sex, kind of like a representation. I know that your views and opinions don't represent the masses, but at the same time, I think you have some good points of views about it. So I just wanted to know, I wanted to start out by asking you, why do you consider yourself an alpha male? Where did you get that tag from, and what makes you stand firm on that?
What is an alpha male?
That's what I want to know. But I'm gonna let you tell me about that.
Okay. Alpha male, first of all, it ain't, a lot of people think that, alpha male is someone or a man who's I guess could fight and, outbuck other men, or, more dominant than in a sense, yes, but more dominant as far as aggression or trying to put on as such, So I hear a lot of women say, that he's so alpha, not for us me, but they may be talking about their brothers or whoever, whatever the case may be, because of how he may handle her, but he may not can't beat a fly when it comes to another man. This does not mean he's not alpha.
Okay.
So that don't mean he's not alpha. Okay, alpha is different branches. It's different areas in alpha. You have, like, say at your 9 to 5. A lot of you guys might have a 9 to 5 or whatever. So you may work at McDonald's. It's just an example. The man who owns McDonald's, he's the alpha of that incorporation. You see what I'm saying? That's the alpha. When he walk in the building, everybody gonna tighten up, make the burgers perfect. They're gonna clean up. They're gonna get everything in line for this man, But in real life, he may be a real duck. You see what I'm saying? So in the workforce, in McDonald's, Mr. McDonald's, whoever he is, he may be alpha of that incorporation. So, then you have your men in the dating world. In the dating world, you have those men who want to, do certain things to make themselves subjected to women just to get them. They may play a friend role for so long. I'll be your friend. I know you got a man, baby, but I'll be your friend forever. 10 years from now, just as soon as I catch you slipping, just as soon as I find that opportunity, maybe one day you'll appreciate me enough for me to have you. Now that's a beta in the dating world. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's not an alpha. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So now, okay, on the football field, you may have alpha, but then you have a man who may be all around. No matter if you put him in McDonald's as an employee, right? I'm going to use the same scenario. Let's say he's just flipping burgers, mopping the floor. But then the owner of the entire incorporation, who's the alpha of the incorporation, may come in and do his daily inspection or yearly inspection and run into this brother or this man. And immediately almost just naturally submit to the man. Like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet an employee like you. You're such a, hey, take my number if any way I can. It's something about that guy right there. He's talking to his, his underbosses. If you can do anything for that guy, man, give him a promotion or something. I would like to see if he can. How's his work ethic? How's he doing that work? Do he make it on time? He's trying to find a way to promote this guy off top. See, now that's an alpha, and that's an overall alpha characteristics. No matter what situation you put him in, there's gonna always be this air of charisma around him without him trying to become dominant or trying to exert aggression or trying to beat on his chest and say, oh, I do this or I do that. Naturally, everything will conform around him. Now, that's an overall alpha right there, what I just described. But I gave you different scenarios on the two scenarios of how you can name any different situation. You may have a granddad in your family, uncle who may be the alpha of the family. He's the one who everybody call on for counseling. He's the one who everybody call on, for advice. So, that's the best way I can describe it. It ain't necessarily the biggest, baddest man or the strongest or whatever the case may be. It's all about, it's a certain spirit. It's a certain aura. It's a certain charismatic type of being that when you step into the room, everybody, including men, just want to just, I don't know. I don't want to say submit in this sense. Go ahead.
So maybe they vibe towards your energy or frequency. I seen a post earlier that somebody made a comment about, and it was like, it's crazy because how he was saying that basically he can go somewhere and it won't be anybody when he gets there, and as soon as he gets there and sits down, people just start coming out the woodworks. And he was like, he was making a conscious statement, I guess, but basically he was saying it, and he was like, they act like I don't know that they coming around for my energy. And so I said, wow, you brought something to my attention, because I always thought I was just attracting this energy. Like when people, I do that, what I'm saying? Like, and so I have the same characteristics that you're talking about in the alpha male, the alpha female. Like, I feel like when my energy attracts people, they come to me, they just start talking to me about any and everything. I be knowing folks' whole life story, ain't known them for 10 minutes. They just give me the rundown. And I've always wondered why, but I always felt like that was my energy. I never thought about the fact that some people don't have that energy, and you have a lot of energy suckers or drainers or leechers that, know about people or are aware of people with good vibes and energy, and they want to just come absorb it. So they like to come around you and basically drain your energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm an empathic person, so I understand that, and I attract a lot of narcissists or people with narcissist personalities because of that, because of my healing, abilities, and my soothingness, and my willingness or wantingness to have compassion for people, make sure that people are okay. So what I want to ask you about the alpha male that you describe, or the different scenarios. Okay, basically you explain how that relates to another man. How does that alpha male personality or persona relate to a female, and how does that affect relationships when it comes to the position of relationship? Like, what do you think the man and female's position is in a relationship, and how do you feel like you as an alpha male, makes that better, or takes away from that, or whatever?
Well, first of all, the first part of your question, how can being an alpha male coexist with a female in a relationship? Are you saying an alpha female or just a relationship?
I guess just generally, we'll break down the levels of, because of course it is levels of females. I claim my goddessy, and so I am an alpha female. But I know it's levels to that as well. I'm saying all females are not alpha females. that all females have the ability to be alpha females, but they're not aware of their potential or their value or their worth. So they don't necessarily know how to translate that into their personality. So they keep it suppressed. But you know, that's just my personal opinion.
But just, could be
general, just females in general.
Okay. Well, an alpha male in a relationship, you know, it could be a gift and a curse at times, depending on the female and how strong she is and how far her education extends in this area. You know, so let's say the man is an alpha. You know, he's with a, you know, just a female. He's pursuing her or whatever. They're pursuing each other. Okay, his ability to hold his masculine frame, you know, just be masculine at all times. You know, he talk, deep voice. You know, he don't argue. He discuss. He handle her like a man supposed to handle her, like your traditional grandfather, you want to say. Like women say all the time, well, what the men that was like, you know, grandfather back in the day, the old Black Panther Party, you know. So you have that man, when you have that man in your presence who maintains his masculinity, he's not kikiing and hihiing and you know, allowing the woman to get away with little shit tests and stuff, like, you know, little stuff as small as, hey baby, come in right quick, or move over right quick, you know, hand gestures and all that crazy stuff. He nip it in the bud right then and there without being aggressive, without being mean, without being, you know, overpowering, without abusing his authority. You know, I think that this is, I think that works well in a relationship, because this is what relationships need. So this is what children need. They need to understand masculinity. You know, little girls need to know how to look at a man and say, okay, now this man is, you know, leading the family. You know, don't no woman want to be with a man who don't have no direction as far as leading her in a right direction, as she can look at it and say, okay, yes, okay, now I agree with her whole family is like, okay, well, let's ask her man for advice. You know, they're going to him, you know, for advice, because they're looking at how sound and how sound his decision making is, and also how his structure is within his home. You know, so, but then at the same time, other women, especially these days, other women would notice this energy as well. And that's why I say it's based on her ability to remain strong and understand that an alpha man, in any sense you put him in any situation, in a position, whether it's monogamy or whether it's polygamy, especially we're going to talk about a monogamy relationship right now. We're not going to speak polygamy. So even in a monogamous relationship, other women are going to be drawn to his energy, because that's very rare these days, and even yesterday it was very rare, and the day before yesterday it was leaving our systems. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and she has to be strong enough to understand that a lot of these women, you know, gonna come. His ability to remain masculine. Don't he want to flirt and become, you know, because a lot of men can have alpha traits. You see what I'm saying? But beta in the dating world. So they get flabbergasted and excited when they see all this extra attention, because they putting on to be a certain way. But a true masculine man would chop that up and let it be known straight up, like, yo, you know, so I'm just going off the subject just a little bit, just to break that down just a little bit on a man maintaining his masculine frame and being able to maintain a faithful and loyal in a monogamous relationship. So even as an alpha, he has to understand that women, and if he's truly alpha, he understood this since elementary school. He understood this growing up, how everyone would attract to him. So he has to know how to deflect all of that and keep this woman, you know, sound and comfortable, and give sound counseling even to the ones who trying to holler at him, because she can't get in his way of being masculine, alpha. So he has to be able to teach those coming at him too. Like, look, this is how you approach me. This ain't what's going on. You will talk to my woman about this. You see what I'm saying? So I think that the relationship could be very, very, very beneficial. You know, with an alpha, with a traditional alpha in a relationship, could be a very good thing. That's what it's designed to be. That's how it's supposed to be: feminine and masculine, meshing together and making this thing work. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be. But nowadays, 2020, with different agendas going on. Let's say like feminism and the whole little what it is. No disrespect to no type of community, but the LGB. What you call it? I don't even know what it is.
It's LGBT, and then they have a few other letters that they may add on depending on what they want to do.
Okay, yeah, we need to add the M for masculinity and heterosexual. We need to add the other one, so they need to let us do all that. But anyway, but yeah, so when you got all these different agendas going on now, it's like they're molding our minds and teaching us and pushing us in a certain direction. So yes, I'm a bachelor. Yes, I'm single, and I get this question all the time, man. You're so strong, you're so this and that, and you blah, 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 blah. I mean, what's the problem? Somebody asked me the other day, why are you single? I said, because I'm too masculine. That's why I'm too single. That's why I'm single. I'm masculine. Because
what do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is I've had, and it's just my, I am a pickup artist, so I do believe in approaching women in the streets. So okay. So during my times of approaching women in the streets, we end up making it to the phone number part, exchanging information and get to that part. But as soon as it gets to, listen, well, I don't care what you say, because I'm not going to, whoa, time out. You're going to readdress, we're going to try to reassess this whole situation. We're going to hang up and call back and do this all over again. Who you think you, click, it's not too far. I have to remain masculine. I can't get into all that tongue wrestling. And we trying to do
okay, now let me touch bases on that real quick, because I'm glad you said that. Tongue wrestling. In the relationship, and this is how I feel about it, because women are emotional creatures, you know what I'm saying? And we're how can I say this? We are headstrong. Men are not wired the same way we are. So when it comes to stuff like communicating, it's very difficult. So I feel like and I feel like that's important when you're talking about submission in relationships, because I feel like it's going to be hard for me as an alpha female or female period to be in a relationship with an alpha male, or to be submissive to any male for that matter, beta, theta, alpha, whoever. Because if I can't trust his ability, and I'm not confident in his ability to make sure that we're secure, to take care and provide, then I cannot put my all into him and let him lead me away. You feel me? Because I feel like he may lead me astray. If I know what I know and I'm trying to relate it to him, a lot of guys nowadays don't want to listen to the females. They're females. They don't want to take into consideration what they say, because they feel like that's a sign of weakness, or I think that they don't want to have a discussion, because a lot of times guys will try to overpower, or like you said, be aggressive with a female, but you can't beat a female in the mind. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we're not wired to beat men physically. Our strength is our mentality. So I see this all the time. I do a lot of consultations and counseling, I guess you could say, because I'm not a certified counselor, but I know some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I counsel people all the time when it comes to this relationship stuff, especially community.
Girl, you ain't got to be certified. You possess the wisdom. Go ahead.
Experience is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Experience is the best, right?
But, people seek advice from me for whatever reason, so they must trust my opinion and my judgment. You know what I'm saying? My expertise on it. So I do speak on what I feel or what I know, but I find a lot of times that I see a lot of people have difficulties in relationships because their communication is not on point, and they are not aware that men and women communicate differently. So if you don't know that men don't communicate the same thing, like as women, for example, I'm gonna say this because I'm an alpha female, and I find a lot of times, and like you said, a lot of times nowadays men are not built like they used to be. I feel like the masculine energy of man has become weak. It's not strong. You know what I'm saying? That's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all the way around the board. And I think that's crazy. And I think it's sad. But I know that a lot of men don't think like we do. So sometimes as women, we have thoughts and we think that it's something automatically that a man should know. And my first thought is, man, this motherfucker stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my first thought. But I have started curbing that, because I started to understand that we as women are supposed to be leading and guiding our men the same way. See, we're supposed to do it on a mental level. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be that connection that we have as the positions that we play in a relationship. Guys are supposed to be there for us physically. I can't get emotional support from a dude that's not built to emotionally support. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important that we have female relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother topic, but it's important, and females are not understanding this either. And it's crazy that females are so competitive and can't even have new friends because they're so, they feel so much pressure behind another female. You know, whether it's based on her looks, her smarts, her intelligence, her knowledge, her business, her bank account, you know, whatever the case is. It's just like, you know, a female being attracted to a guy because of what he got. You feel me? Like, I'm an alpha female. Really, what you possess can't really impress me. It takes a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? I want to know who you are, what you got going on, what you got to offer, what do you bring to the table? Can you teach me something? You know what I'm saying? Can I feel secure in your ability to lead me? I can't confidently treat you like a king or put you on a pedestal or honor you as a man or head of household. I don't give a fuck how much money you spend. You know what I'm saying? Like, because money doesn't equate to you having the ability to lead or to make sure that we good. You can make money because money is a piece of paper that doesn't really take an effort. You go get a job, make money, and that's it. It doesn't take much qualifications to get money. Anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? They just, people choose not to. Do you feel like a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man just because he says this and that? Just like you said, like, if the girl says, or you're arguing with a girl, or y'all have some type of disagreement, and she like, well, this and you don't want to talk because you already know you can't tangle. You're not gonna be able to tangle with a female when it comes to that type of stuff. And I think that you probably know that as a man. That's why you want to shut it out, because you know what it could lead to. But what if you were able to communicate in a way that you didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to shut it off, but you could make, you know what I'm saying, make it known that, hey, listen, I see that we're not, you know, communicating effectively. Let me hear what it is you're trying to say. Sometimes we're just not willing to hear it because we feel like, I already know what they're going to say. I already know this going to be, I already know how it's going to turn out based on our past experiences.
I got
so we hold, you know what I'm saying? We hold it when the next person come along. So I find that when I talk to guys and kind of like break these barriers down and explain some of this stuff, a lot of them just ain't never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't never put it to them like that. So how can you know? It may make you more willing to be able to communicate with a female, or maybe listen to your female a little bit more, because maybe she's trying to communicate something to you, but she doesn't know how to get it across to you, and you don't know how to receive it because you take it offensively, or you've been taught that if you listen to a female or take advice or take heed to what she says, that's a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know what you think about it. What's your opinion about it?
I think that's very beta. You know, to even approach a relationship in that form of fashion of you can't listen to your woman. You know, there's a certain time when a man should sit down and listen to and learn from his woman. You know, how else can you learn how to please a woman without knowing how to not knowing what she wants or what she like? Now, I wanna say some things, because you said a lot, and it's very, very good that you said everything you said. And I was sitting here trying to, I need to get a habit of writing stuff down. But it's all good. My brain pretty good though.
Okay.
First of all, I mean, my great grandfather repeated this to me as well. I think I posted on my social media when he was giving me advice on relationships, and I asked him. He's going on 85. My great grandmother also is going on 85 together. And they was together for 56 years in a marriage. So I asked them, well, how do y'all do it? And he said, well, son, listen, you never argue with her. He said, you only discuss things with her. She's your partner. And he said, she's your lover. He said, you don't want to hurt her. You're not trying to punish her. You know what I mean? You have to understand this is another species of the same species, you know, another type of energy, you know. So he was like, when you get into a disagreement, you only discuss things with her because she's just as important as you are, you know. And if it seems to be going towards an argument, you just politely step out. Just say, okay, give me a minute, step out. He said, don't stay gone for long, because again, you're not trying to punish her. She's not on no punishment. You're not trying to beat her up and hurt her. You know, because a lot of times we men remove our presence. I used to make this mistake all the time. I was just a little too, you know, sometimes you need too much sauce on your stuff, you know. And men, if you listen, sometimes real men who teaches men teaches us that, hey man, sometimes just remove yourself from the situation and then come back. But sometimes we stay gone too long and we don't want to become petty and bitch made and not pick up the phones and make shit seem a certain type of way. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that because this is your partner. This is the woman you sleep with. This is the person you share your secrets with. This is the person you're probably sleeping with unprotectedly. So you want to be able to trust her and you want her to be able to trust you. This is your partner. So you don't want to hurt her, sort of stuff. So my grandfather told me, he said, son, listen, you come back. And when you come back, you restart, you reinitiate the discussion. And at that point, she sees what you did, she recognizes what you did, and she respects what you've done. And eventually it'll become, after repetition, it'll become part of the relationship formalities. You see what I'm saying? So it's protocol now, baby. When we have disagreement, it might be some serious stuff. It may be pertaining to auntie funeral or something. We got to be able to make this thing happen with a sound mind. Now, you mentioned earlier when you said alpha female, you don't think that you can, and it's not a moment of combativeness. I'm just trying to make a statement because I spoke to a woman yesterday overseas, and we brought this topic up right here. And she was like, no, I would never become, no, I'm not, me and submissive. And she come from an Islamic family, so that was crazy. She was like, me and submissive just don't get along and blah, blah, blah. So I said, well, sister, what's your definition of submissiveness, of being submissive? And she was like, well, like a slave, or I just got to do what you say do. Like, I can't think for myself and blah, 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 blah. I said, sweetheart, that's slavery. That's some real slavery you just named. I said, that has nothing to do with submissiveness. And I'm like, naturally, and before I get into my philosophy right quick, like my own personal opinion of submission, based on what you just said, because what you just said, I'm sure there's millions of women that think like you, because me being a man that's encountering women and dating women, I hear this a lot, exactly what you said. So I want to respond on that before I say that. I went to Atlanta Zoo as a grown man. I think I put that on my social media too. While everybody there looking at the gorillas, I went to the gorillas exhibit because I'm a fan of Willie B, and I wanted to see his children, So so I was looking at the gorilla exhibit, right? So I'm looking at the man, the alpha male that they got in, around his family. You got the kids and you got all his little different wives and women and children, mothers and stuff. And I'm watching him just sit there. He's sitting there serious. This is how he is the whole time. He don't blink. He don't do nothing. He's watching everybody, including the humans. He's even watching the other male gorillas they got in the other exhibit, like, keep your eyes off my pride, So the zookeeper told me, she said, listen, that's the alpha female over there. So I looked, I said, alpha female, hold on, this is new to me. What's going on now? I was always talking. Listen now. I'm like, alpha female, where's she at? So they said she's right there. And I'm looking at her presence. I'm looking at her demeanor. I'm just watching her, see why everybody else looking at the gorilla. I'm trying to figure out the psychology behind this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I see how she's moving. She it's like she held her own. It's like all the rest of the females was up under her, and it's like she really ran the ship. He just stood there protecting everybody. Protecting. But all the picking the fleas and all that little stuff came from her and her little circle. So I learned a valuable lesson at that point. All right. So to get to touch up on what you said, that alpha female actually was with this alpha gorilla. And what I'm trying to say is this right here. If you meet, like I told the sister last night, I said, if you meet a man, naturally a form of submission is going to pour out of your pores because you're a woman. You open your legs to receive him. That's submission. You get wet. Your body opens up in a certain way to receive this man, and you emotionally open. And like you say, y'all are emotional, y'all are mental. We're physical. So we're going inside of you. That's an erection. That's a form of taking lead. So naturally you're gonna succumb to this man, and you're gonna receive him. You're gonna give him you. You're gonna give him you willingly. He's not gonna have to take it. And he's not gonna have to force his doctrine on you, his ideology on you. he's gonna be more solid than anything. You're gonna love the way he's moving to the point to where you're gonna want to be up under him. Like, yo, you know, submission and respect and obedience and all of this shouldn't even be said, because at that point it's gonna trigger something psychologically in your mind. Oh, hold on now, brother. I ain't trying to. Everything should be just ceased when it comes to talking.
So let me ask you something real quick. Because a woman can open her legs and receive a man without having any type of thought about it, or physical, mental connection or respect or anything. Like, she can open her legs just as quick as he can, unzip his pants. So at the end of the day, because a lot it's women out there who don't automatically have a physical, emotional connection to a man just because she had sex with him. Like, you got, what I'm saying? We got bitches out there. Dog ass, bitches like it's just dog ass niggas. So that doesn't matter, if you lay down over your legs, that's not how is that being if you're willing to do it?
No. That's not what I was saying. Like, as far as her emotional connection to him, it's based off of whether or not she opened her legs to him or not. Forget about that. What I'm saying is the whole act of being penetrated is a form of submission, whether she respects him or not. You see what I'm saying? She might not even like this guy. He either gonna take her submission or she's gonna willingly give it to him. That's what I'm saying. So he's either gonna rape her and beat her up and take it. And that's when he forcing himself on her. That's rape. You see what I'm saying? But if she willingly give herself to him, then it's like she's submitting to that whole fact or or even if she's being the aggressor, even if she's saying, look, I want that thing, you know what I mean? You're gonna give it to me or not, dude, you know what I mean? And she's been the aggressive and she's hopping, but she still have to receive that penetration, is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, the whole point of me even saying that was to say that naturally, and I mean, I know times have changed. Women run the world, whether men want to accept it or not. That's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? Women are running the world. Women are at a peak in life right now where y'all are very successful. Y'all are very educated. Y'all know what you want. You know what direction you're going in. And it takes a real man to understand that and respect that. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind you put, you can put the crown on and lead the country. But I'm gonna be leading you at home, though. We're gonna get along at home. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna understand me as a man at home by how I treat you, not by how I'm forcing my leadership on you. Because first of all, I'm not your leader. I'm not the man of your life or in your life because I forced myself into it. I'm only the man because you chose me enough to say, hey, man, brother, I think that you're man enough and strong enough, masculine enough. I think that you're alpha enough. I think that you're all the above enough to even be able to get me to listen to you, brother. I salute that. Well, let's do it. Let's see what we can come up with, because at the same time, if that's the case, that's how I base my mate. I base my mate off how she chooses me, not on me running game and trying to pull her. I base my mate off, my partner off, she chose me to be the man of her life, so let me see what all I can learn from her as well. You see what I'm saying? Because yes, to answer your question, there is a time where a man should sit down and say, you know what are you saying, baby? What do you think about this? Because pimping didn't start until a woman put it in a man's head. You know what I mean? Like, look, you can get money out this right here. You know, and that's just how most pimps got their game from women. You see what I'm saying? Most gangsters got that woman whispering in his ear late at night. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to receive a certain type of information that we just may be too physically busy to receive.
Yeah. What it is. It's called intuition. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody has an instinct, you know what I'm saying? But women have intuition. It's a different thing that we are just naturally wired with. You feel me? So we have insight to see things and know things and understand things we don't need a confirmation. A lot of times, guys, if they don't know or they don't have a way of knowing for sure, for certain, they don't want to really dive into it or try to think more into it or find out more about it, because they feel like, you know what I'm saying, if they're looking for it or if it's not out there, it doesn't exist or it's irrelevant. I have the ability to tell when somebody's bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? And I will tell you that you're bullshitting. And I'll let you know that you don't have to confirm it. You feel me? Like, a lot of times people be, like, you will have somebody like, you will have you can have I can be in a relationship and I can know, because as women we pay attention to stuff like the way our dudes operate, their routines. You know what I'm saying? If something's off or something change, I will immediately have, the universe will let me know. I don't really even have to look for, I don't have to, because I'm not finna do all that. I'm not checking your phone. I'm not asking no whole bunch of questions. I ain't sneaking around trying to do it. I'm not trying to follow you. I don't want to do all that. If I gotta even do that, I don't want you, because you're taking up too much time and focus on me and stuff that I could be doing to be more productive. I just feel like that's a waste of time. I would never want to be with anybody who makes me feel like I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, if you're doing that, then y'all need to understand that that's not cool and it ain't cute. You know, you don't want a man that make you feel like you got to be checking behind him. Like, that's a boy. That's not a man. A man is gonna make you feel secure in your relationship, so you won't have to. You know, now I done had some with that we done had situations that would I had, you know what, me getting cheated on or me being or somebody replacing me, that'd be the first thing from my mind when I'm being in a relationship, because I'm so confident in myself. I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm one of a kind. It's not about competition or being better than the next woman or having the best, you know, sex, or you know what, the best head and all this, or who's sexy, because all that stuff is just surface of it, and it really doesn't matter when it comes down to it. Just like right now in this quarantine, a lot of people finding out that the people in their relationships that they've been in relationships with, they ain't who they thought they was, because now you got to spend time with them. You got to be up under them because you can't leave the house. Now you stuck with a motherfucker. Now you see that without all the flash and the bling and all the going out and partying and hoopla, and you know what I'm saying, this is that person ain't what you thought they was, because they ain't really, you know, you have a lot of distractions to really take away from what a person really is. You know what I'm saying? But when you get down to that nitty gritty and see the real, then you know what I'm saying, you're like, damn, what the fuck I've been sleeping with all this time? Or, you know what I'm saying, is this a person that I've been with the whole time? So I think it's important that we really learn to look past those things. As far as the surface level stuff, intuition, I don't need you to confirm that you've been creeping around or talking to somebody or sneaking on the phone to do things when I already know. That's what men understand about women. So men will keep lying and lying and lying because they feel like, oh, well, she ain't got no proof. She can't prove it, so she won't believe it or it won't be nothing. A woman will be like, oh, okay, I tell you what, I ain't gonna say shit. You feel me? I'm gonna hold my car. I'm gonna hold my trump card, and I'm gonna store it for later on if I need it. But what I won't do is try to get revenge back on you and do the same thing that you did to me, because I don't have to. I know that karma is going to get you. You feel me? Before I do, I don't have to worry about it, because ain't nobody ever did nothing wrong to me, ever been prosperous behind that. You feel me? Because I'm too powerful. I'm a powerful manifester. I don't even worry about that. I let the universe handle that for me. So I don't have to fight my own battles with that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have a man that didn't feel like he has to do that. And I had to explain that to my last dude, like when it came to communication, about how to communicate with me. All women don't, you know what I'm saying? All women don't communicate a certain way. And all women don't communicate the same way, just like all men don't. But I know that it's a lot of men that get away with a lot of stuff from females because they think, or I'll say they think they get away with it. You will have a female that know you doing something and won't say nothing to you and be doing it behind your back and getting you just as bad or even worse than you getting it. And you know, that's why she having sex with your homeboy, your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't feel no type of way about it and won't never say nothing to you about it. Because we can keep secrets. Because we already got the confirmation and intuition that you're doing something. Now, me, I won't act on it because I feel like if I don't get confirmation, it ain't for me to even know, worry about, focus on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to give no energy to that. If the universe come and say, hey, check this out, go do this, and then I come up on it, that's when I know it was for me to find out. That's what I've been asking for. When you asking for them questions, show me what it is I need to see about this person. Is this a person I'm supposed to be in a relationship? I do that. You know what I'm saying? I ask for that, and when it gets presented to me, I don't ignore it. You got women that'll say, show me who it be for me, show me. And then when they see it, they be like, well, no, he ain't really, it ain't that bad. I can deal with it. I can still, you know, and so they continue to accept things and continue to let a man demean them, which brings me to my point. I think that a lot of women think that is being submissive, because not saying anything is, you know what I'm saying, going along with. And I think that a lot of, well, I you know, it's so many different ways that you could be submissive, but I think that a lot of women feel like if they say something or speak about it, like you said, or have a discussion, they know the man is not going to confirm it. He's not going to sit down and say, you know what, you right, I did, I made a mistake, and I don't understand why. Most men will.
Most men were. Let me tell you, because even in my younger years of teenage and high school, you know, and when I first began, well, I ain't gonna say begin. Well, I probably began in middle school when you first have your first little like, love, or whatever.
Right.
You know, I had them times where, you know, I was, it was those times where I was like going through like different phases where I felt like, well, you know, well, you know, well, I couldn't be all the way honest, and I would lie, you know, try to be, you know, I didn't reach my full potential as a man yet. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as, and that's what I meant when I said earlier about holding your masculine frame. Being a man of masculinity, you don't have to lie. You let it be known. But if men got to play, and this is what earns a woman respect, you give her options. Look, listen, yeah, that's Tamika and that's Keisha right now. You know, and this is the role they're playing in my life, and it's not going to change. Now, what do you want to do, Shea Boss? You know what I mean? She Boss, like you in or you out, and you got to make the decision. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of men, let's say now, we're raised by women.
Right.
I mean, it's just sad to say, you know, over 80% of the prison system are mama boys. So it's a very emotional situation. And even when I was in prison, I seen situations, I tell this story all the time, where men get mad at each other. Hey, bro, you bumped into me, bro. You got a problem. They want to just stab each other up and fight. I'm sitting there like, hold on, whoa, that's real. That's not masculine at all. Because we can sit down at the chess table and play a game of chess and meet at the minds and get to the bottom of all this. You see what I'm saying? So being raised by females and then hearing mama put the wrong type of, you know, I was raised by my mama and my father in separate households. But then my mama had her husband. So that was another man in that household, stepfather, you know. And my father had his wife. So now I got like two different families where it's balanced. You see what I'm saying? This is my entire life. So I was able to see the different roles and to see my father as an alpha because he's like the ultimate alpha. I mean, I salute the brother, you know. Then I saw my mama with the beta type of guy. So I kind of had, you know, both scenarios with me. So I will see him whining with my mama, but he's raised by his mama, you know. So I see that, and I see that type of stuff going on in the household. So then I look around me and say, okay, well, cool. It's a bunch of men. Like I have a little brother who raised by my mama, you know, and I see people who are raised by mothers. Unfortunately, I don't know what being raised by mama is because I was raised by my father and my mother. So I don't understand that. But as far as not firsthand, but I do understand it because I am a man. I've been in the locker room with guys and we have those talks and, you know, so I understand what's going on, you know. And but you have a woman raising a boy into a male, and then, you know, the mama have to insert discipline. So she got to discipline him in a way that a woman knows how to. I got to be hard on my son because I want him to do right. So she'll probably put him out. Get out the house. Go. You want to be grown? Bye. Get out the house. Or she'll go upside his head a certain type of way. You know, it's certain things she'll do as a woman that's not really helping him as a man. As far it'll make him follow her rules in her house. You know, he's gonna not come in late no more, but it's not teaching him how to deal with his emotions and how to correspond and, you know, dialogue with the woman when a disagreement. So now when he go into adulthood, now when he goes into manhood and adulthood, you see what I'm saying? He's trying to be a man, and he bought himself a nice little Challenger and a Charger. He out the military a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. So he doing his thing, girls. Listen, look, he doing his thing, you know, girls liking him and stuff, and boom, he got his lucky little girl he with, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden the first argument break. Now he lashing out like her, like another female. You know what I'm saying? So she immediately loses respect for him because this is not how she depicts. This is not her depiction of a man. This is not what she always. Cause y'all mature faster than us, whether we want to admit it or not. You know, a lot of men don't be coming into mid-30s or he experienced some type of life crisis where he almost got his brain blown out and he lived and survived, and all of a sudden he man up. You know what I mean? A lot of times it takes for us to have to go through things. We become men at like 30 years old. That's why traditionally women are attracted to older men. I mean, just how the game goes. You know, so but he ended up getting into an argument. She immediately loses attraction towards this man because she feel like, damn, you know, he just came at me like how a woman would. But he don't know how to. When they disagree, he looking at her like his mama now. So he now he tired of mama picking on him. So this is deep. This is deep. It ain't got nothing to do with her. Next thing you know, that he's slapping her. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's trying to fight mama back. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, you know, he done be put in a son position. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem. That's what we have, because I tell women all the time, it's very important to seek out the man background and upcoming. You see what I'm saying? You first of all seek who his teachers are. You want to converse, you want to pick his teachers. Who taught him? You know what I'm saying? Who made this man? Because every man needs a board of counsels.
You know that's a good point you made. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's a good point you made, because I've been saying that for a while. Like, even, you know, having kids and having multiple baby daddies and stuff like that. You know, after, you know, a few kids, I realized that we need to, as people, especially single parents or people that's not married and having kids with other people out of wedlock, you definitely need to do a background check on the people that, you know, the person that you're dating or you're procreating with was raised by, influenced by, you know, brought up by, or guided by, leaded by, because that will tell you a lot about how this person is. You know what I'm saying? No shout out. I mean, no slight to none of my baby daddy. Shout out to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, I flat with you. But I'm just saying, like, you know, if I had known some things prior to, then that may not have even been the situation. You feel me? But back then, like you said, you know, yeah, when you're young, you go by stuff that you see and you don't think about digging deep into it, you know, until you 2 or 3 later down the line and got kids, and it's like, why did I procreate with this person? You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have did that had I been more selective. So now in the future, you know, of course, you're supposed to learn from my mistakes. The last time I realized this, I haven't had any more kids, thank goodness. But if I ever decide to have any, you know what I'm saying, I definitely don't want to make that same mistake. So I'm definitely doing things like looking at the person, looking into them. You know, somebody said this other day, and I was like, you know, I date now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if before I even will give you a title, or even, you know what I'm saying, before you can even be considered for a position, you know what I'm saying, in my queendom, I have to do a reference check. You know what I'm saying? I got to look into what you got going on, baby. You damn near going to have to fill out an application, and I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying, get back to you on that, because I need to know what you're bringing to the table. I need to know what kind of ailments you bring in, what kind of problems you bring, what kind of stress, what kind of baggage, what kind of education or lack of, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you have any goals or dreams or ambition? A lot of times we don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? We get stuck in relationships that are non-productive, non-beneficial, non-progressive, so super toxic, because we was impressed by the challenger, and, you know what I'm saying, the new days or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying.
Let me respond to that, because just listening to what you said, when you said what you just described into your queendom is a beta, because alpha ain't stepping into your queendom at all, period. You see what I'm saying? And he's not bringing nothing to the table. You see what I'm saying? And I say that because the alpha is going to present himself as the table. He's gonna come a certain way. So then at that point, you can either merge your queendom like Queen Sheba did in biblical time. I don't even want to talk biblical talk, but like how I just like this little one story. When Solomon, you had Queen Sheba, the Queen of Sheba. This the Queen of Ethiopia. This is where Haile Selassie and the Rastafarians and all them come down through this line. You know, she was like one of the most powerful queens in her time in Africa. You had the King Solomon in the Middle East, which is Northeast Africa. You had him very attractive, very charismatic, very wise in his decision making. They say one of the wisest men. She got up at her queendom, traveled. She wanted to know who this man was. She got up and traveled all the way to the Middle East with a whole bunch of diamonds, rubies, golds, and everything, and brought it to his feet like, here you go. And she laid with him then. That was her way of saying, hey, take me. You see what I'm saying? In biblical terms.
But she did her research. And
absolutely. This is my point. I'm supporting you with this. Absolutely. Now, remember, I said she wanted to know more about this guy. Remember, she sent one of her.
She already found out what she needed to know about him.
Hold on. She heard about him. Then she sent one of her servants to dig a little deeper. And he went there for a minute, figured this guy out, came back with the intel. Like, well, this is what I found out. Because she the queen, hold on, first of all, a woman queen ruling Ethiopia, Africa during that time, she wasn't no weak female. Let's get that straight. You see what I'm saying? So she wasn't about to just get up and move on no, because of emotions, because he cute and fine and he got a lot of money. She wasn't finna do that. It wasn't even about that. You know what I'm saying? It was about his whole lineage, his whole tribe, and everybody who he came up under. The people who taught him. You see what I'm saying? When she realized this man he was able to teach her something, help her with something. You see what I'm saying? Guide her in a direction. You see what I'm saying? That's when she moved.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Somebody that has something to bring to the table. You just said a king's not going to bring nothing to the table, but he gonna have to. It's gonna be considered for a position.
What I said is the king is not gonna. I mean, not a king. An alpha is not gonna present himself as he's bringing something to the table. He's gonna present himself as he's the table, and he's coming to you. He's the entire table. He's coming with the wisdom, the knowledge, the this and that.
But how can he be the entire table if we're supposed to be a unit? There is no entire table. You're half of the table. You need the other half to have a complete table. That's what you're bringing. You're bringing your half of the table when you come. Otherwise, we don't meet on common ground. That's the problem that I have with the alpha male in the submission of relationships, because you make a female or a female period, whether she's alpha, beta, theta, whatever. Like I said, you make a female feel like she's not valuable or worth anything or worth her worth or value to the full potential because you put it down and say, no, I got everything. I got this. That's not what it's about, though. And I think that's what my issue with submission in relationship is, because men want women to bow down to them or succumb or be submissive on a false pretense. You can't have it all because you don't know it all. If I need to be able to teach you something or help you or guide you or show you things that you don't understand because I have intuition beyond the understanding that you're equipped with by nature, you know what I'm saying? Not because you're not a smart guy. It's not about that. It's just that you're not wired like that. The yin to the yang is how it fits. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
We both have valuable positions in a relationship, and they're equal. That one's not inferior or superior to the other. So that is why I say, I have to check somebody out and decide to allow them into my queendom. It's not that they're coming into my queendom. We're meeting halfway. You know what I'm saying? We're both coming to the table. You coming with your kingdom.
When you're saying queendom, it's basically your own mind, and you're saying, like, before I let this man into my space, my little personal space, and okay, I kind of get it now. Okay, I see what you're saying right now.
It's my energy. You know what I'm saying? My queendom is what I bring, my value.
See, don't let a man into your queendom. Don't let no man into your energy. You step into his. Do that, because anytime.
Why do I have to do that?
The reason why I'm saying do it. Listen, if it don't make sense to you, it just will not make sense. I mean, no matter and I do mean this with the utmost respect. Okay, listen. The reason why I'm saying you step into his kingdom, because you've made the decision to step into his kingdom with your queendom. You step into his energy with your energy, and you decide, because I feel like this right here, a woman, especially in America, she makes the decision on whether or not she wants to accept a man or not. You see what I'm saying? Like we don't make no decisions when it comes to that in America. We don't. I mean, although the numbers has changed, and so certain type of men are becoming the prize now. But what I'm saying is this: here, like, a man doesn't. I would never teach my son, like, boy, she your girl because you chose her to be your girl. No, boy, she ain't your girl until she chooses to be your girl. That's how I always teach him. You see what I'm saying? Teach any of my boys. So it's like a woman has to.
You don't think that works both ways?
Of course it worked both ways, but being an alpha don't think this way. An alpha don't think like, I'm choosing this woman. We don't choose women. Women choose us. We never choose. We never make the decision to say, I like her, I'm gonna pursue her in this way and that way. We don't do that. What we do is present ourselves, and we'll allow the choosing signals, and we help it out a little bit. I might meet it halfway when I see a woman giving me the Google eyes, and I kind of like it, and I think we can work something out.
I think you don't do that because you don't have the balls to. You're scared. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, check the move. you can't say, if you can't say I choose you, you feel me? Like you got your eyes set on the prize, then that means your eyes ain't laid on what it need to be laid on, and you're not locked in and focused. You got too many options, and you don't want to choose. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to have to be tied down to the responsibility.
Exactly. Every alpha has plenty of options. Every alpha. Right. So it's the betas who have to run down what they want like a fucking uncontrollable.
Nobody's talking about a chase. Nobody's talking about a chase. If you got too many options that you're impressed by, because my thing about it, I'm alpha female. I got but check the move. That's what I'm saying. If you can't choose one, you must be impressed by a lot, because at the end of the day, I can only be focused on one that I feel like is the right one.
I think I understand what you're saying. I think I get what you. I'm trying to culminate with you. Like I'm trying to understand what you mean by choosing and stuff. I understand now. I see what you're saying now. And correct me if I'm wrong. What you're saying is alpha ability to choose the woman he wants to be with, as far as like even in a monogamous relationship. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. That's easy to do. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to stepping into a woman's, I'm giving women advice right now on how they could possibly change the course of things, and instead of allowing men, into their energy and into their realm and into their queendom, and then get hurt because they're dealing with some bullshit. Sit there and peep out you something that you like. Okay, you do your research on him and you see what's going on him. I'm not saying step into his kingdom like you're approaching this man. No. I'm not saying that. But like any good woman that's smart would do. Y'all are the seduction is a woman's word, so y'all know how to seduce like crazy. Present yourself, and he would notice your energy and then approach you. But then you see what he got going on. You see what this is, because you're dealing with an alpha. You're not dealing with one of these little certain type of dudes. So you got to be wise enough to understand, like, you're smart. You're intelligent. You're strong. You're strong-minded. Ain't nobody gonna control you. You know this. You chose this man for a reason, because you felt like he can mesh with you real good, or you can mesh with him real good. So what you do at that point is, and I'm just giving advice and how I think dating can go really, really good when dealing with an alpha male. You bring this to him. Hey, I'm not trying to be combative with you and blah, 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 but what are your take on submission? What are your take on this? What are your take on that? Well, this is how I feel, but I really want to be a part of whatever you got going on and what I got going on. I think we can do this together. You see what I'm saying? So at the same time, you're dealing with a situation where you kind of like gave him the ability to say, okay, let's smash this together and make it work. Instead of just saying, I don't think men should be saying, well, I'm gonna let a woman just come into my kingdom and no, hell no.
I don't think that you heard what I said. What I said about the queendom. Okay, so basically, when I'm single, that is my queendom. I don't coexist with anybody else's queendom or kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? While I'm single, that's me. That's my queendom. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? My energy, my space, my existence. If I'm going to be with a king, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm going to, your focus is a little bit blurred. If I'm going to have a king beside me, or if I'm gonna be a queen to a king, he has to have a kingdom already, like, you know what I'm saying, established. I won't look at him or consider him for a union or a connection if he doesn't already have those things, because I know what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for nothing less, and I don't want to settle. I've settled a long time, and a lot of times, and it still didn't work out in my best interest. So at this point, I'm okay with waiting. And while I'm waiting, I'm creating value and stepping my game up in my queendom. My queendom is gonna be worth whatever it is, so I have something to bring to the table. I think that the queendom and the kingdom is meeting halfway. That is what that's my view on it. I don't see myself stepping into anybody's kingdom, and I don't see a king stepping into my queendom. It's not gonna happen, because then it wouldn't be that. You can't have a kingdom with a queen and it still be a kingdom. It's going to be something. You know, it's going to turn.
You step in his kingdom and you take your seat right next to the king as the queen, and you still have your power because the queen is one of the most powerful pieces out there. Just like we look at a lion's pride, you know, the women actually running things. The man sitting back, they go get the food, they do everything. They actually running things. Not saying, but you know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But as a woman, as an alpha female, you know, you step into a kingdom, bringing your queendom, you know, and you see yourself right next to the king, not behind him, not under him or over him or anything like that. You keep pushing.
This is what I got. This is my issue. I don't want
any man that was with actually, I'm sorry about this, sweetheart, but any man that would actually allow himself to bring his kingdom inside of a mess with a queendom and they become now, man. That's the bullshit. You know, hell no. That dude need to be goddamn. We need to reject his fucking masculine license, man. He need to go sit in the feminist line, man.
He's sitting at somebody's house right now in the video game, sitting on the floor, honey, and she probably getting the kids.
You need to get that out your head. You need to get that type of guy out your mind because that's not the type of guy you evolving yourself from this conversation on forward with. Yeah, the women out there, no, fuck that.
I don't even worry about that. I would never entertain that type of foolishness. But what I'm saying is,
one more thing before you say that, I always say this right here. I always say, I don't care if I was with Oprah Winfrey and she's a multi-billionaire, not just a billionaire. I can be working at fucking McDonald's. I'm still gonna be masculine. She ain't finna sun me. She ain't finna come. We gonna work together.
Right.
She gonna follow my lead when it comes to some things, and I'm gonna hear her insight when it comes to some things. That stuff don't change. And although I'm not gonna get in her arena of financial growth because obviously she's proven to be the beast in that area. So I'm definitely gonna know when to and listen to her in that area. You know what I'm saying?
I think that would only be an issue if it was presented as a competition. Relationships are not competition. Right. I think a lot of people had that in mind. What I'm speaking on is if when a king comes or whatever the case is, I want to build with you. I'm not gonna lay my queendom down because you come along. See, that's where a lot of women, men and women, mess up in relationships. You lose your identity once you get in a relationship, and I'm not willing to do that. So my queen, right? I'm always gonna have my
queendom along with you, baby.
Right, exactly. So I'm not bringing my queendom to the kingdom. We're meeting halfway. We're building. We're going to build our own empire.
Just start over then. How about we let the kingdom down and the queendom down, and we just start over?
No, because I want the kingdom. I want the king to still have his thing too. I don't need him to lay his kingdom down and be all up my ass, worried about what I got.
It ain't what you want. You have to understand that it ain't what you want. You gotta get out your mind.
What did your granddaddy tell you? What your granddad told you?
We discussing. He said discuss. We discussing right now. We discussing right now. Hey, look, I'm gonna leave and come back, and we're gonna finish the discussion. But you know, you better not got But look here, baby girl. Ain't no, no. You bring that queendom with you. We bring that queendom with you, baby, and I'll let you run the queendom. Go ahead and run it. You can run the whole kingdom if you want to. Go ahead and do what you want to do. But you coming this way.
But why can't we build? Why couldn't we build together? Why couldn't we start our own thing? You can keep your kingdom. Yeah. I keep my kingdom, and then we're building now because we're at a neutral ground. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine too. That's perfect. But ain't no such thing. That's fine. But at first it was like the man coming into the queendom or the queen coming.
No. That's what you took. That's how you interpreted it. That's not what I'm saying.
That's possible. That's possible.
I said I would not consider him. I wouldn't consider him to even come into it. And when I say come into it, I'm not saying come over here. It's not like I got a place, you got a place, but you moving in with me if we get in a relationship. That's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is, for instance, like, you know, I have She Boss 21 Incorporated. You know, that's right. That's my corporation. I'm building my empire. If I have my empire and I enter into a relationship, I'm still going to be building my empire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. You're talking about this your whole being, not your physical asset. Do your thing with your physical asset. Yeah. Do it how you want to.
Not just the physical. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't expect him to come take over or him to expect me to stop what I've been doing. You feel me? Before we met.
No.
I wouldn't expect him to do that. And so that's why I said I have to see what he's bringing to the table. The good, the bad, the worth it, the value, the lack of whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not all bonuses because people aren't perfect. They come with flaws and faults and all. So I want to know what I'm dealing with before. And then I will decide if we are, compatible, because I feel like it need to be some type of equally yoked situation. I don't want to come into a situation where it's already so much damage going on from whatever his previous experiences is with women, his mama, the past, whatever his demons, whatever the case is. And then I drug into it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing that people do. They bring baggage into relationships and they're carrying it, on and on and on, and they're expecting, or they have expectations according to what they've experienced. You know what I'm saying? And they won't let go of the past, and that will enable you to move on in the future, like relationships and everything. A lot of people they sabotage their own relationships just because they're hung on what they expect or what they had going on, and they think that this person, because they show the same signs or they're doing things a certain way, that's the same exact person, and we can't deal with everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I want a king, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about you. I'm saying a real king. I'm saying, like, I want a king that can bring something to the table. Like, I find myself, I have had dudes literally jealous, and I have had dudes that feel pressure by my grind and my shine. Like, I done had, I done experienced that. And I never even thought it was real, but it's sad when you have a man that be, jealous or feel some type of way because a female so bossed up, because she, she do this and do, instead of him.
He might belong to the LGBTQ HEPTET community. You feel that way about a woman.
Instead of him saying, I got a female that is onto something. I got a female that knows something. I need to pay attention to what she's doing, because if before I feel jealous about my female or my woman, I need to be trying to figure out what she doing and how she doing it, and how I can do the same thing so that I can level up. Why would I want to be jealous of my woman? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean I would, if I'm in a relationship with a dude that I know ain't doing as much as me or making as much money. I chose to be in a relationship with you. I don't judge you because you're not making as much money. Maybe I can help.
Let's speak reality here. There's a lot of things you've been showing me about the freaking whole little social media thing and all of that. That's real, because and as a man, I see that. And I say, okay, look, this woman obviously knows what she's doing. She has a presence. She's doing, you put this together. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people may want to interview with me, but they don't know, like, this guy been in prison about 10 years. You know what I mean? He don't know how to do this, he don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? You stepped in and said, hey, man, look, boom, 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 boom. So my point of even saying that is to say, like, back to what we said earlier, back to what we said earlier, is that
I'm gonna answer that in a minute, Andrew.
Back to what we said earlier about a man should be able to listen to what his woman bringing. He should be able to see her qualities and what she's. Since y'all putting tables right here, what she's bringing to the table. You see what I'm saying? And of course, and take heed, build off of that, build with her. You see what I'm saying? Let her run the areas and do what she do. Don't get in her way. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's facts.
Do you think that is a man being submissive to a woman?
No, that's not. Okay. I don't think that is a man being submissive to a woman. I think there is a time where a man should be submissive. Okay. I think there is a time where a man should submit and allow her to take lead in whatever she's strong at. You know what I'm saying?
Example of something that you would be willing. You as a self-proclaimed alpha male, because I have been trying to get you to do this interview for a while. So glad that you finally submitted. But but you did. But I had to wear you down on it because I've asked you a few times. You know what I'm saying? but I also presented it. I think I just finally made it make sense, like you said, because it wasn't a bad idea from the get-go, but because of how you have certain things structured in your life, what you're doing, your mission and your goals, I don't think that you maybe have seen the value or how that could help. Me having a different perspective or intuition or insight into, dang, I see what he's doing. I like what he's doing. I like his message. I like his presentation. Whoop de whoop, yada yada. I really would like to add to that. You know what I'm saying? And because of what I'm doing, I'm not just getting started, but I'm not so far advanced where I got the big head like some people do, and they don't want to, reach out and help somebody or tell somebody else the good news. Just like my friend, put me on this platform and said that, hey, this is something that you could use to really step your game up and really, help what you're already doing. Me then in turn, because like you said, I do it because I don't think about helping people. I know where my blessings come from. I used to not be like that. Like I used to be stingy. I'm an only child, and for those of y'all don't know, I've been to prison as well. I've done 2 prison sentences. I've been there, did 7 years total. So I done been through the struggle, you know what I'm saying? I've been broke down to nothing, zero. And had to work my way back up from the bottom as well. So, I take pride in that, and I value myself now more because I understand what I got to bring to the table. I think before I knew I could bring something to the table, but I wasn't actually implementing that in a way that is obvious now, not just to myself, but to other people. What's a situation that you think a man should be submissive to a woman, or a situation that maybe you can give me an example of something what you're talking about, and then I'm gonna answer Andrew's question and get your opinion about what he said.
By the way, what's up, Andrew? Bro, what's happening?
Thank you, Andrew.
Hey, appreciate your participation. But hold on. Hello. Hey, my battery about to go dead. Could we figure out how to charge this? Is this a charger somewhere by the bed, but I need to plug it up. I have one right here, but I need one of y'all to come in here right quick, like, and hook me up while I'm talking, so I won't have to just put everybody on hold like that.
And get you some light. Turn your light back on, because your light got a little dim.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Only thing I can do is put together a scenario from life experiences. Okay. We'll hit that light right there. Let's see how that light looks. Right.
The truth works for me. I like that.
How that look? That light look good?
That's okay. It. All right.
Only thing I can do, we gotta come in from this side right here. Oh no, that side. So what I do is turn this on. Maybe so. I don't want to put everybody on hold. Yeah. So.
Wait. Is it in there?
Yeah, it's in there. And let's try that.
I don't know what this supposed to do.
Take it out anyway. Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
It's gonna reach. Hold on, we're gonna make it reach.
Remember that.
We're gonna make it reach.
The plug is too low.
It's too low.
Jessica said, a true alpha male. Let me see. Hold up. I'm gonna put these questions up. Why a true alpha male would not ask you to give up your identity. That's insecurity, weakness, and baggage that they bring. And that's exactly what I was saying, because a lot of women, they lose their identity in a relationship. I think that's so sad.
Yeah, alphas don't ask a woman to give up anything at all. That's not what alphas do.
We're really trying to we're just really trying to branch out and create another level of energy, especially on the social media. Everything is so petty and taboo, and it's so irrelevant. I think that we really need to come together, especially in relationships.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share a little light on the alpha persona, the alpha mentality. Now it's on the women to do their research and decide on whether or not they want to deal with that type of asshole or not. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's on the women.
Listen, I told somebody I was going to interview a cute asshole, so I told them to make sure that they tuned in, because they probably enjoy this too. Yeah, but okay, so boom, give me an example of.
Here goes some example. I'm sorry, we're trying to keep this battery alive, but they doing right now. So, but yeah, what I'm saying is this. But what I'm saying is this right here, like, say for instance, like I used the Oprah Winfrey example. I said if I was with Oprah, Oprah might be like, look, no, we ain't spending this right now. We gonna do this like this and blah blah blah. I'm gonna say, all right, mama, that's what's up, baby. Because obviously she's king in that in that area. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She know what the hell she doing. She's a proven billionaire.
Right.
You see what I'm
saying?
You
trust her expertise when it comes to something like
her expertise. So yes, there's a time when a man should submit when he trusts his woman's expertise in certain areas, in a lot of areas. You see what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, women are ruling the world now. Women are excelling. Women are on top of their game. Women are where men was at 50, 100 years ago. You know what I mean? Women are, y'all are, and then let's look at the future. I see women presidents.
Do you see this question?
Why do most alpha men think that all women are beneath them? I just don't agree with all that. Hey, cousin, that's my cousin.
Okay. I think that's a good question. Why do most men? I think it just goes back to what I was saying. Like as a man, and go ahead go ahead because I got another.
I'm gonna answer that question, Misa. I think I'm gonna answer that, Misa. You know, this is a very intimate question to me because it's coming from one of my female relatives. You know, so this is how I'm gonna teach my female relative right here. You know what I mean? So listen, any man that feel like a woman is beneath him, man, he's see, that's why I didn't want to touch up on scriptures and religious and biblical and Quran and talk in this conversation.
Say what you feel. This is not a biblical debate.
No. I feel that I didn't want to go that route because that's the reason why a lot of men feel like they're over women and women are beneath them because of this hierarchy and the way the religious constitution put that inside of people's head. I don't feel like a man is. I don't think that a man should be exerting some type of "I'm over you," like you're under me, like. And he damn sure that's that aggressive dominance. He's trying to force himself, and that's not an alpha, by the way, Misa. That's not an alpha. Alphas don't push. This is what an alpha does. An alpha corrects you when you're wrong, and he's also able to receive correction. So this alpha holds his masculinity, his masculine frame at all times. He's not gonna become feminine with you, you know, acting all back and forth with you. You get your little attitude and bitch fit, he gonna let you handle that. When you're done with it, we're gonna pick back up after that. You know, we can get emotional with you and, you know, sensitive at times when it comes to different things that a man, what it takes to, what it requires to nurture a woman in a masculine way, of course. But we're not finna go through all this back and feminist stuff. So if he's exerting some type of, he's promoting or pushing some type of, you listen to me, goddammit, because I'm the man of this house and this how it go. No. Find your exit route if you want an alpha, because that's not one, sister. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not one. We don't do them type of things, man. That's not what happens. And no woman, I don't feel like no woman, me personally, is putting inside my mind. I don't feel like no woman is beneath me. You know, no woman is beneath me. You know, I know when to listen. I know when to say, okay, baby, you got it. Or I know how to even come up and say, hey, baby, I need your help with this right here. Please show me how to do it. You know, you're the best in this area, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Can you do this right here? Well, what you think the best decision is? Should I do this? Boom.
Right.
Or should I do that? Boom. A man should know how to receive sound doctrine, sound ideology from his woman as well. You see what I'm saying? Should no man be saying a woman is beneath him. That's some crazy shit.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna answer that, but I'm gonna go back to Andrew's question first because the answer.
Andrew got a good question.
My answer to his question is gonna connect to the answer to Missy Me's question. So, Andrew, in my opinion, no, a man does not have to have money to be considered a king. That's not a qualification.
I want to apologize to you, she-boss. I want to apologize. In my mind, I thought you were gonna say the opposite. And I thought we were gonna have a real rumble in here about that, but you did. I'm sorry. I really had in my mind. I know it. I just knew. I was already predicting how I'm gonna lay down it because I knew you were gonna go the opposite way.
Impression. Why would you get that impression about me? Do you think I think that a man really have to have to be considered a king?
I'm glad. That's why I said my fault. I got it. My fault. I apologize now.
Andrew and King, I just want to let y'all know, and anybody else is watching, I'm not a female who values money. Okay, I know that money has no value for one thing. So I could never value money. I don't take it into consideration, and it's not a qualification when it comes to that. My qualification when it comes to monetary value or anything having to do with that is the fact that I have confidence in my king's ability to get it if we need it. If we lose it, can he, you know what I'm saying, can he go out there and do what it takes? Does he have the potential? Do we have the hustle? Do we have the knowledge? Do we have the drive? Do we have the determination? Is he a go-getter? Will he get down on the nitty-gritty? If he got the fucking, like you said, flip burgers or go fix on a car or, you know, become a welder underwater, whatever it takes, will he do what it takes to do what he need to do for our stability? You know what I'm saying? And our security. I don't feel, and I feel like the king, that's a mind frame. It's a lifestyle. You can't get paid today and, you know what I'm saying, have a couple dollars in your pocket and yeah, you a king now. No, what you, when you broke on Monday, you not a king no more. Then how would that work? You know what I'm saying?
You could be a broke king or a rich king. You could be a rich peasant or a broke peasant.
First of all, if you broke, I should know it. Because if I'm broke, you'll never know it. You feel me? I'm not gonna come to you go, I'm broke, I don't have no money. You'll never know it. You feel me? Because I don't when I do go broke and I don't have no money, I don't be worried about it because I know I can attract it. Money ain't nothing but a frequency, and my vibes is good. I can get that when I can't get nothing else. Hell, I can go get a job if it come down to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to work for myself and go up and down with the struggle of building a business or an empire. You know what I'm saying? Or I can go back to the hustle and bustle. I'm gonna go get her, baby. I can bust a million motherfucking hustles to get a check. I ain't never worried about no money. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I choose to not do that. My focus and my value is on the mission, the goal, my achievements, what I'm trying to get. See, the money, when you got all your ducks in one row, the money gonna come anyway. You know what I'm saying? Kings or guys, male or people, male or female can have money and still not be a queen or a king. You can get money and money can leave you because you don't respect money, you don't understand money, you don't know how money works, and you're not attracting money. You're actually just putting in action to get it. See, it's a difference with going to get it and attracting it. But yeah, you can get a paycheck. You can deal drugs when you get locked up for dealing drugs, and you had a bag. When you get in there and your money gone, or you get spent up on lawyers. Okay, are you not a king no more? Should I leave you? If I came in for the money, then I'm gonna leave you for the money. You don't want females that are choosing you according to your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't let nobody choose you or place value on you by what you got in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen somebody post that they said something about a man is not worth a value or something like that if he don't have any money, or he ain't considered a king if he broke. And that is, if you got that impression or that perspective, I'm just encouraging, I'm giving you permission to let that go, baby. Change that, okay? Because you don't have to hold on to those preconceived notions of what you thought it was. You are worth whatever you are worth because you say you are. You show people your value. If they don't know how your value or your worth, you have to make that visible to them. When people don't understand my vision, when I had a lot of people that I wanted to come along with me to do what I want to do and try to help me. When people don't support you, it's not always because they're hating on you. Some people are just they don't know how to support you. You know what I'm saying? It's two sides to everything, and everything has a balance. When I seen that they didn't understand the vision, I don't look at it like, oh, they hate you or they don't want me to do this. I look at it like, oh, okay, they don't see the vision. It's up to me to make them see it. So that just make me go harder. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make me stop. Oh, it's not gonna work. I quit. I failed. They don't love me. I didn't get no likes. Who cares?
Right.
I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta work hard at making them see the vision.
Yeah. I ain't gonna do nothing but put my foot all the way on your motherfucking neck. I'm gonna make you feel this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. That don't do nothing but hype me up. It don't do nothing but motivate me. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes me be like, oh, okay. I'm gonna show them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So, Andrew, to answer your question, no, I do not feel like that. And if females, or you're finding that you gotta do that to put on to get females, stop. Get okay with you. Be okay with however much money you got in your pocket. The right female that's equally yoked with you will come along. You may not need it. You don't need to look for a female that's broke or look for a female that's super rich. If you feel like money is the issue, get you somebody on your level. I think the thing about it is people be trying to go outside of their range. You know what I'm saying? Your comfortability level. A broke man can step to me and if he can make me laugh or keep me engaged in the conversation for about 10 minutes and actually impress me or teach me something in them 10 minutes that I never knew before. If I don't never give you a chance, you'll be my friend for life. Because I look for value in people when I meet them. You know what I'm saying? I don't look for all that other stuff. You could be broke. I can give you a couple of words of advice and put you on some money, and I guarantee you have some money in your pocket next week. I ain't worried about what you got. I'm just worried about who you are.
Let me shoot at Andrew because let me respond to his question. And first of all, I want to say that brother right there is a very intelligent brother. You know, so I'm sure he asked that question. I'm sure he asked that question for the listeners to feed the listeners a little bit. But I want to say this right here: how I would respect a man. How I would respect a man as a king when I see him. You see what I'm saying? Like say for instance, for me to say, okay, now that brother right there, he's on. You know, for him to, if I had to take my hat off and shake my hand and, you know, give him some of that king respect. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I go off a man's, not his financial. You know, he could be just good at finances, but
right.
Just working hard at a slave ending job 9 to 5 with some great benefits. I mean, that's definitely unking-like, you know. But I go off his ideology. I go off how he moves as a man, the decision he's made, his ability to remain calm in any type of situation. It could be a war pop off. He's calm. He's sound. He making a decision. He ain't panicking. And you know, I'm looking at how he's able to lead. I'm looking at how he's able to like make decisions under pressure. You know, because pressure gonna always bust pipes. Can he still make rational decisions even in the most irrational situations? You see what I'm saying? You know, and you know what I'm talking about. I find that king and queen is a mindset, but also what to do deal.
Right.
Okay.
It's a life frame. Yes, it's your perspective on it.
And that's what I'm breaking down. You know, and that's what that's what gets my respect from another man. You know, this is how I respect another man. This is how he sit at the table with other, you know, men like him, and we can sharpen each other's minds. That's what king sharpen king. You know, what you got going on in your kingdom? Because I'm not gonna listen and receive another man if I feel like, you know, he's not sharp enough. And what I mean by sharp enough, if he can't build me as I build him, even if it's just the energy, he might have, or I may have more ideology and educations than him as far as where I can break stuff down and give him more wisdom, but he might have that type of energy that I need, that I'm missing, that I can build off his energy to be great in the process of me growing. So this is what makes a man a king, in my opinion. You know, where he come from, how he conduct himself, his ability to make decisions, under pressure, in irrational situations, control his emotions, keep them intact. You see what I'm saying? Remain strong, you know, and remain calm in everything. He must, in an argument, in a debate, in a fight. I don't care if he getting jumped by 5 guys. Is he still calm? He didn't lose his composure. He losing the fight, maybe physically, but as far as that man consciousness and that man ability to be him in the midst of all of this war going on, he's winning the battle actually. You see what I'm saying? He's probably outsmarting them. They think they hurt him because they landing the most punches and all that, but actually he's deflecting. He calm right now. He see it coming. He see it. You know, he moving. You know, this is what I would say. God damn, brother, come, brother. This is a fucking king.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now when you get a woman like yourself, or a lot of these sisters out here that's excelling in life, like the Oprahs and the Beyoncés and the Kim Kardashian took.
I received that.
Hold on. Like the Kim Kardashian, I want to say thank you to Kim. You know, like Kim Kardashian that took Kanye West $50 million debt and moved that shit out the way, helped him reform that shit. Now he's a fucking billionaire, and now they releasing him out of prison. So
that's
come on, that was a time when Kanye had to just he remained masculine is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? It's Frank Kim ain't gonna respect a non-masculine man. You see what happened to the other man who was bitch made. Reggie Bush didn't like her platform and everything she had going on. And then you had the other little guy want to wrestle and play with a little pretty boy basketball player, want to wrestle and play and be all extra goddamn childish with her. lost $2 million earrings, playing and shit. You see what I'm saying? So then you get this man who we think a goofball. Kanye is a goofball.
But I like Kanye. I don't think he's a goofball at all. I think he is very intelligent on a different level, and he's just misunderstood.
Yeah,
but
Kanye understands the masculinity. He kept his frame.
But I think that's it. I think that's impressive, or that probably was a difficult thing for him to do if he did take Kim's advice or listen to her or whatever the case is, because of his, alpha male mentality.
No. It just takes that right woman. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Just like it take that right man for your alpha ass, female ass, to sit back and say, you know what? Goddamn, brother, let's do it.
But the thing about it is, I would love to sit back and kick my motherfucking feet up. You feel me? And don't have to worry about it, and don't have to put that much thought into it. I would love to do that. I ain't met no man yet that can make me feel that way. That's the problem. It ain't that I'm trying to lead and be an alpha female. Hell, I lay it out. Shit, I sit back and chill. But I ain't found him.
Yeah, you're right. And that's you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful and two hand salute. You said a mouthful, and I totally agree. And I'm telling sisters out there, even from a man perspective, if you ain't met that man that makes you want to do what she just described, that's a beautiful thing. Then you continue to dominate their ass and do what you're gonna do, and until they either leave or you leave, you continue to do that. You don't fall into place and suggestion because of how you feel and because of the roles of life and the roles of things. You know when it's time for you to naturally take your position next to your man and he next to you, and y'all making this decision, y'all doing this thing together in this world. You know exactly what you're trying to do.
They do. A lot of women dumb themselves down and settle for things that they know they really don't want to settle for, or deal with things that they really know they don't want to deal with, because of either the lack of a man, or love and emotions will make you put up with certain things or deal with certain things that you wouldn't normally do under normal conditions. But if somebody came along that was treating you the way that you were supposed to be treated and showed you, you would quickly leave that person, or you would start having second thoughts, because you'll be like, damn, I'm not supposed to be dealing with this bullshit. Like, it will make you rethink it. But when you ain't never had nothing to compare what you've been going through to, like, for instance, you haven't seen it, you weren't raised in a household with parents that were, married or maybe cordial with each other or whatever the case is. If you weren't taught that and instilled that, you were valuable as a king or a queen, coming up, no matter what your race or anything, like, and that's why I say it's a frame of mind. It's not even about being black. It's just about, being a man and being a woman. Because this was the other point I was going to get to, the second part of my comment, which was, a lot of people, I think I see that men and women, like I said, don't understand that we communicate on a different level. So men are the bronze, women are the brains. It's like the yin to the yang. That's how we fit together. That's how we work together. Those are two positions in a relationship that we're supposed to have. The women, yes, we have the mind, we have the intuition, we have the thought, we have the instinct for things unforeseen by men or understood by men. We are supposed to strategize and put things together because we're very detail oriented by nature. Men are we're supposed to get the plan together, and then we're supposed to come bring you the plan and say, hey, this is what we got right here. And you're supposed to say, okay, cool. All right, we go over it, we confer, we agree, we say, okay, cool. And then y'all supposed to go and execute it. So that's where the problem comes in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? When you have a power struggle of people, the man trying to overpower the woman physically, and the woman knowing she can dominate the man, mentally, but we can't dominate physically. So people are struggling or competing with each other in a relationship, and they're not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation with a guy, and his complaint was his girl, or his wife, excuse me, got her stimulus check and went and got her a car. And so he was like, well, I mean, I don't care. It's her money, but I'm just saying she could have helped pay some bills or did this. And I said, well, and then he kept going on. He was like, well, because I ain't getting no stimulus check, but shit, I make the money and I pay all the bills. I'm just saying. So I said, well, why you don't let her handle the bills? Handle the money then. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not that good at managing it or whatever, like you said, you ain't got no money because you paid all the bills. So he said, well, she be trying to do that, but I ain't letting her do all that shit. Is my money. I work. I said, but you just said you pay all the bills with your money. All your money goes to bills. Why won't you let your woman manage it? You don't have nothing but a few coins left anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the harm in that? But what the reason I was asking is because if what you've been doing for all of these years, 4 or 5 years, however you've been married, ain't working, and your woman's coming and saying, well, hey, let's try this, or maybe let me do this and do that, and you're saying, hell no, I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep on saying hell no, and then y'all keep staying stagnant, not growing, still in debt, things like that. It's like, damn, when do you get off of that I'm the man thing and get real?
You know what I'm saying? No, the man ain't getting us nowhere,
because the thing was, so he said, well, he said, yeah, she be trying to do that, but I ain't gonna let her do it. So I said, okay, so she got a car. What's the problem? Well, it ain't no problem. But I said, okay, well, she done offered to try to help pay the rent. She done offered to help go half on the bills. But I was like, hell no, I don't want you to do that because I'm the man. So I said, well, listen, do you want her to help you or not? Because you do that I'm the man thing. You keep throwing that I'm the man thing in there. Like, what does this got to do with the bills? You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm hearing you say is out your mouth, no, I don't want her to pay the bills because I'm a man. What is interpreted in my head is, hell yeah, I wish I didn't have to claim this manhood shit so she can help me with some of these bills so I can stop trying to put on like I just really want to pay all these bills by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. And if I probably if I let her help on the bills and contribute to the household because she's offering to. If I let her, I will have more money and we could probably do more as a couple because we can invest our money or do some things like pay off debt, have, more money to invest. So you mad because she got her stimulus check and did exactly what you told her to do with her money because I don't want you to pay the bills. So what you mad about? So I said, well, listen, where did you get that from? Why do you feel like you got to pay all the bills because you're the man? Get what he said. My dad. I said, okay, that doesn't surprise me because, of course, we learn these behaviors. We get this shit from somewhere. His dad taught him, yada, yada, woo, woo. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. If you're able to do that. Back in the day when they were doing that, they was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? They could maintain that, but they was also bringing the woman a check, letting her manage the bills. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're thinking about it one-sided. So I said, well, if your position is you the man in the relationship, what is her position? So this is what he said. Well, she take care of the kids and she be she cook dinner and stuff like that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna ask you again, what's her position in the relationship, in the marriage? Because I didn't ask you what her position or what her job duties is as a mom, because I didn't even know y'all had kids.
Right.
The question was, what is her position in the relationship? Get what he said. He said, that's a good question. Boom, there we go. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Men don't even know what the wife is there for. You don't even know what her value is. You don't even know what you don't know what she's supposed to be doing for you. You have no idea. You thought she was there to lay down, have kids, and cook your dinner.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
You understand that she's the operating force of the whole relationship.
You wonder why shit failing, but you're not giving her a
Fellas, if she wanna help, don't stop her from. A woman told me one time, don't stop me from loving you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't stop me from loving you. And then when you taking advice from your father, look at his relationship history. What the fuck he got going on? You see what I'm saying? Like, allow her to help. That's her job.
Let me tell you something. When men do that, they start making a woman feel worthless.
No, you know what that is?
They do. I'm telling you. As a woman, I'm telling you that. But guess what that does? Guess what that does? That makes a woman start resenting you. Then that makes her start doing stuff behind your back, being dishonest, and not working with you together in relationship. Now you have made
a woman for somebody, whether it's for you or somebody else, she's gonna be that woman. And let me tell you, I told you what my grandfather of 56 years said. What the sister say, Keisha?
Keisha said, we as women are put in a position of men, and it's hard for us to, and when we are, it's hard for us to step down. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, the men kingdom is oversaturated with simps and fucking, a certain type of man. So I get it. But you gotta know how to put the air out of that when you get with a real man, though, Keisha. You know what I mean? You gotta know how to say.
But it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. First of all, when a man is a man, is he playing? Is he for real? Is he bullshit? Because they come in disguise. Right. They wear all these, facades and stuff, and then you don't find out the real deal till the shit hits the fan, or you done moved in, or it's too late. also when we're put in a position where we have to man up all the time, it makes it hard for us to allow you to be the man in the relationship because we have such a hard, demeanor. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree. That's true.
I agree.
Like my you remember when I said what my grandfather, 56 years of marriage, said, my great grandfather, I'm sorry. He, remember what he said about disgusting, and that's how they managed to keep it going. So I asked my grandmother, I said, Grandma, unfortunately, she didn't want to be on video.
Right.
So I got my granddad on videos. My great grandfather, you can see him, but I couldn't get my grandmother. So I said, Grandma, I said, Big Ma, you been married to Pa for like, damn, 50 forever. Like, what the fuck? I know you get tired of this shit. Like, what's going on? Like, 56, I can't even last 6 months in this motherfucker. Goddamn, you know what I mean? What the hell going on? You know what I'm saying?
What did she say?
This is what she said. She said, son, he wear the pants, I wear the dress. She said, listen, I don't put the pants on, and he damn sure don't put this dress on. She said, if I got a problem with what he got going on, and if he just so serious about like that car, he messed the whole engine up, that one part in the yard over there in the corner, I told him to get a mechanic. But he think he know how to do it. So I shut up and let him go do it. Now he done drained and messed the whole engine up. I ain't cooked for him for 2 months. Right. She said, so it's a certain way she punishes him. You know what I mean? And she said, without getting it his way. You see what I'm saying? Right. So my point in that is, like what y'all sister saying, sometimes you forced to put the pants on. Right. If you with a man when you got to put the pants on, and what I mean by putting the pants on is this here. I don't mean by sometimes you may have to step up, and like how you led me to this platform and you led me to, how to build my social media presence and what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's not putting the pants on. That's actually helping a man be a king, sharpen his crown a little bit. You actually helping me polish my crown a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you did. And I salute that. What I mean by this is that if you got to put the pants on after you done that then now you got to come.
Keep talking ahead.
Yeah. So now you got to put the pants on and actually come literally do it for me and literally walk me, literally hold the camera, literally, these are what you actually putting the pants on in situations, or you got to battle with this man, or you got to, take his place. So that's what I mean by putting the pants on. I ain't mean by when a woman. So women don't think that when you help a man, when you give him that little push, you putting the pants on. And fellas, don't think that when you nurturing your woman or you giving her that little push that you putting a dress on. That ain't what that is. When you get into the woman lane and trying to do what the woman, you trying to make her decisions for her and then dictate her decisions for her. That means you putting the dress on, my brother. And and then when a woman trying to dictate a man action and put decisions on what he got going on, now she putting the pants on. That's what I mean. Now, so just to clear that up,
And I think another thing Keisha's saying, because I know, like, for single women, a lot of us, like I said, it's hard to feel like, we find the men that are worthy enough to even deal with on that level. So we're just left single for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And that causes you to basically wear pants because you don't have the balance. You don't have the yang to your yin. And so it's no balance. It's a one-sided thing. And you're just kind of forced to do things that you would have to do as if you was in a relationship too, because the other position is not being filled. I got a couple more questions and we're gonna wrap it up soon because we have definitely had a very interesting and fulfilled live, but I do have a couple more questions for you before I wrap it up. So what I wanted to ask you was, do you think that, because you answered some of my questions, so I'm looking over them. Do you think, or what do you think helps to establish a good, solid relationship?
Okay. First of all, and I know this most won't agree with this, but attraction.
Okay, that's good.
That's key. Okay. A lot of people settle. You want to settle because, oh girl, he might not be this, but you're not satisfied with it. Right, attraction. Key. He might be like, well, she got a big butt though. No. You're not attracted. No, that's not attraction. And what I mean by attraction, physically, spiritually, mentally, the whole nine. Attraction. Attraction is key. Understanding. Having understanding and being able to understand each other. Being able to, I think early in this dialogue, you and I we was talking about something I don't want to, I can't remember exactly what it was, but then I had to sit back like, hold on. In my mind, I'm thinking like, hold on, I don't think she meant it like that. So let me come back. Hey, sis, what you mean by in your kingdom and kingdom and blah, blah, blah. It's the ability to be able to understand even in the midst of hand-to-hand combat is what I call it. When men and women are dealing with each other, this is hand-to-hand combat, not necessarily at war against each other, but you're actually dealing on a field.
No, you made this so easy because I had my boxing gloves ready over here on the side. I really thought I was gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was gonna go blow for blow with it. But you've been so peaceful and calm and like, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You're not such a bad guy. I just stopped working out. No, just playing.
I got to keep the bad guy title now. If you want me to be, if you want me to be the asshole that I can, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it though.
As an asshole, I'm gonna keep him on you as an asshole. So
I'm sure there are some topics we can get on now that you would probably, but see, it's just my level of understanding with the submission thing. You see how I understand the relationships. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't help them but try to understand the woman that I'm dealing with too. Now, you asking questions, we going back and forth. I got that in the midst of all of this. I got to show an example of alpha abilities, even in the midst of all this. I can't be sitting here going back and forth arguing with you either. You see what I'm saying? But we got to come to something. But my point is understanding, being able to understand, a level of attraction, communication is key. Men. I can't say this enough. I know it's hard for us to communicate. We were raised by our mamas and stuff, and it's hard for us to, mental attraction, Keisha. That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Most definitely. Making love at the mind is the greatest place to make love at the mind, is opinion. Mental stimulation, but communication is definitely key, man. And not just verbal communication. Everything matters. Body language. You got to learn each other's expressions. What ticks each other off. I know when she's moving this way, it's a problem. You know what I mean? So let me go ahead on and without asking her, let me go ahead on and just move this. Try to and initiative, taking initiative. I think initiative and integrity is real big in a relationship. Even when your partner is not around. This is what I like to do when I'm not a bachelor.
Okay.
But when I'm in a relationship, you feel what I'm saying? I like to pride myself on integrity. Like I like to act like my woman have hidden eyes in the universe so she can see what I'm doing. That's my only way of saying it.
She do.
Okay,
she
well,
do.
I guess.
Intuition. I'm telling you. Soon as somebody I'm in a relationship, y'all gotta understand too. When you operate on frequencies and you're aware of your frequency level, you know what I'm saying, your vibes and how they affect your everyday life. When you are dealing with somebody, it's the same way they say when you have sex with somebody or you have relations, their spirits intertwine. You feel me? And that is true because you're transferring energies. So your energies become connected. When you're out doing something that you're not supposed to, and you're in a relationship with a woman, now I mean a queen, you know what I'm saying? That is in tune with herself. Because every woman is not going to be in tune with that type of stuff because they're not in tune with who they are. You got to be attuned to a certain level to even detect that and pick up on that frequency. But when you're out doing wrong, your woman know the intuition will deliver that to us. That's how we get it. You know what I'm saying? And so we know when something's not right. You don't have to come and say I did it, or you don't even have to be honest, or you don't even have to admit it, even after you've been accused and still denying it forever and a day. You never have to do that for your woman to know. But you know what I'm saying? And you should definitely feel like your woman guys in the sky on you. I tell the kids, Coco, my daughter wonders how I know that she's doing stuff that she's not supposed to be doing when I don't see her. But as soon as she starts doing it, something's telling me, call Coco. So she doing something. I don't have to go in the room and see it. I come in here and what you doing? Immediately it's something she ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I know that even as I live, I'm in tune and aware that my awareness and my attunement and my enlightenment is rising. You know what I'm saying? So that my frequency is rising. My intuition gets stronger and stronger, and it leads me. Ladies and guys, y'all don't know, guys not so much, but it's that voice that talks to you. You know what I'm saying? We call it our conscience, or some people look at it like the angel and the devil that's sitting on your shoulder. Whatever you want to call it, it is meant for you. It will not tell you anything wrong. It will let you know when you meet that dude or you meet that lady, hey, that's not the one for you. Or hey, this is just cuddy buddy action. Or hey, this is just friend zone action. Hey,
better
this
pay
is
attention to that.
right. You know what I'm saying? This is a potential. This ain't the future. You know, it'll tell you, but a lot of times we don't care.
I freeze on real quick.
Well, a lot of times we just don't pay attention. Oh, I ain't worried about it. I'll make them like, I'll make them love me. I'll make them want to be with me. I'll make them do this and do that. And if we get caught up in, you know what I'm saying?
See, man, you can't be a man. You got to value yourself too enough to friend zone some shit. Don't put too much value on the pussy, man. Because there ain't enough value. You know, you can't be doing it. You got to value yourself more.
They're easily impressed. Y'all so easily impressed by booty, titty, and ass. You know, excuse me, booty, titty. You know what I'm saying? I meant to say, I ain't gonna say vagina, booty, and titties. Y'all are very impressed by that. You know what I'm saying? Even at an older age, like once you pass 30,
face, booty, titties.
Well, no, not even the face. It's just strictly neck down stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now the face ain't got that. That doesn't even matter a lot of times. Let's just be real. But what I'm saying, right? Y'all are impressed by that stuff. You know, even the older guys. It's like, bruh, you ain't seen enough booty, titties, and ass, and I mean, you know, vagina in your life to last a lifetime. Like, are you still impressed by that? You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, when do you start getting impressed by more than that? When do you get impressed by what you're actually dealing with? The person that the booty, the titties, and the vagina is attached to. When do you start paying attention to that? When do you start evaluating what you're connecting yourself to?
So after the communication, understanding, level of attractiveness and integrity and stuff like that, taking the initiative sometimes to swallow that pill and, you know, and be the one to step up to the plate and make peace, because you want peace in a relationship. So peace, most definitely positive energy and great ability to love make. Love making is a good thing. So being able to make love. I'm not saying sex and fucking. I'm saying make love. This is in y'all own intimate type of way. Y'all understand each other in a certain way. You're able to do that. That pretty much sums up what I think that makes a great relationship. And because everything that comes with the love making, you know, that's physical, mentally, and all that good stuff. So you got to keep your health together. Two people together will keep each other looking good. Hey, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to lose a couple of six packs now. You know what I mean? You tighten up while you're false advertising. You know what I'm saying? You might say, hey, baby, look, baby, your ass starting to, or your stomach, hey, baby, let's get it. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know, you're going to help each other. That's how you live long and be healthy.
Do you believe in love? Do you believe in love? Do you believe love exists?
Yes, I mean, I believe that romantic love do exist, because if you're just saying love, then yeah, I love my mama, I love the damn dog in the backyard. You know what I mean? Okay. But as far as romantic love with a complete outside of blood relative or relations and stuff like that, yes, I do believe it exists. And I think that it's a little watered down here in the States. I think what reignited me is when I started traveling and I seen the holding hands and I seen the long kisses for 21 seconds and I seen the slow dancing in the middle of the street holding up traffic. I seen the mad jealousy and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that brings me to my last question, and that's what I was going to ask you about. Okay, now I know on a lot of posts you talk about, you know, foreign women or women in the DR. I know you're you know, traveling abroad and things of that nature, so you're dealing with a lot of international females and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
Do you have a preference, or do you really feel like, you know, you got to have a foreign chick for it to be, you know, a good situation? Or is that just something that is an ideology that you have but not really, you know, governing yourself according in real life? Like, would you date a black woman or marry a black woman or even allow yourself to fall in love? Or is that something that you just do for, you know, reactions of people, or do you really feel that way?
Oh, that's a whole nother platform, girl. But hey, I go ahead. I sum it up. I know damn well that wasn't the question on that goddamn list over there either, goddamn.
Do you prefer foreign women? I'm not lying.
Oh, okay. Let me
It's an
say this.
interview. I wanted to know because
Okay.
this is one of the things that we done beat.
I thought you secretly jotted it down while we thought, man, okay. All right. But to answer that question, I don't mind answering it at all. It's not a problem. First of all, anybody that knows me, that be around me a lot, talk about this. I always say that a lot of times men travel abroad and date women because they are social rejects in their own country. They probably they ain't got enough game, so they go to the poverties of the third world to go impress them with the US dollar and green cards and get these women. That's why the women out there ain't slow by a long shot. And they know when they dealing with a duck, you know what I mean? So they get over here and lead the dude. You see what I'm saying? So just to clear that up right now, we know I'm not a social reject, and you know my game been strong since preschool. I just had to clear that up. Because the way I'm about to lay this answer to you, the response to this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, let's get back there.
I want to say that out of the way first. So first of all, dating foreign women, I don't date outside my race, even in foreign lands. I don't date the whiter Kim Kardashians, and I don't, nothing against Kim Kardashian, nothing against white girls, nothing against the lighter skin. I want to say I love all you women. You women the same.
She's not white.
Thank you. High five.
Yeah, she's not white.
Yeah, she's definitely not. But I just want to say I'm not the type of guy that's built on the skin color and stuff. You know, if you're light skinned, like your she boss color, you got a chance for me. If you're Oprah Winfrey color, you got a chance for me. You know what I mean?
Light skin? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you definitely light from what I'm looking at. I think I trained you. I trained you in the gym, and I was taking me a little peek at that ass, and I was like, yeah, shawty, kind of got there. But anyway,
you know, trying to do a little something, you know.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell my girl, cause they get little boots in this motherfucker. Play some boots for me, baby. Play some boots for me. Anyway, they get it. But anyway, yeah. But the reason why I travel abroad and I became interested in the foreign women abroad was only because when I first traveled, I just traveled just to look at investments, because our dollar can get us a long way there. If I want to live in a kingdom, I might want to take $5,000 or $30,000 here and put it out there and get me my own street name named after me. You know what I mean? Really do my thing. You know what I mean? On an island, you know, with paradise, bury me in paradise next to the mango tree. You know what I mean? But while I was there, I started noticing the culture.
Right.
I started listening to the radio stations. The radio station ain't talking about I fucked your girl and I got more diamonds than you, and you know we hear on our radio station. Right. When I started listening to the radio station about love and passion and you know the wooing and woo the woman, sweeping her off her feet. You know, I'm a Pisces naturally, so that's what I like, man. You know what I mean? So that's the type of stuff I like. You know what I mean? I like the woo. I like to dance a little bit. You know, you see me, I'm taking bachata classes and salsa classes and stuff. I like to be able to do it. If we can't be spontaneous and adventurous with this thing, then you done lost my interest anyway. You know what I mean?
That's one of the things I do like about you, because you have a versatile personality. Like you're into different things that a lot of African American guys are not into, but just guys, period. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's a definitely good quality, ladies. You know what I'm saying? He does you know, do some dances, some salsa and stuff like that. So that's another good thing. All right. Go ahead and plug yourself.
Yeah. So you know, and I hate to say it, but those dances is about the man leading the dance. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. But
that's cool though. That's cool though. Like,
let me stay on topic. But yeah, so when I noticed that this is what's going on, I started looking around and saying like, oh, instead of sitting next to the man, the women are sitting in the men's laps. Instead of walking next to each other, they arm in arm. They're holding on to each other. Instead of, hey babe, I love you, goodbye. They actually slobbing each other down in public for like, I'm like, God, when they gonna stop kissing around this motherfucker? Let it go.
That's a long time, right? That's
long That's when you notice when I talk about certain things romantic, I always say stuff like, ladies, kissing 21. I adopted that from what I saw. When I started seeing it, I started talking about it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what made me say, damn, this is what I want. And so even in the States, you know, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. First of all, Georgia has some of the most beautiful women in the world anyway. Okay. I got every type of woman in America that's overseas. I got Brazilians here, I got Dominicans here, I got Cubans here, I got Africans here. Every type of woman is right here in the States. You see what I'm saying? Right. So even I'm never neglecting the state, my own backyard. I'm never saying I'm never not watching my own backyard. I'm never not on Facebook and Instagram paying attention. You know, I am a heterosexual man that likes the beauty of y'all women are beautiful. I'm attracted to the feminine. I'm attracted to everything about y'all motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I'm always watching. I'm always looking. I'm always shooting a shot. I'm always throwing a brick at the bat boy. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to knock your head off with something. You know what I mean? So I'm always doing that. But I have to, if I can, you know, a lot of women don't respect the picnic game right now. I might say, baby, let's go on the picnic and kick back. Why can't we go to Benihana's? Man, what the fuck? You find that? You looking good, but I can't. You're gonna get smashed and trashed and passed because now you just done took the whole little mood out of me or what I want to do as you know, as the pursuer. You see what I'm saying? So
I would love to go on a picnic. Like you offer women picnic dates and stuff like that. You do. I mean, is that the type of?
Yeah, that's part of my screening. That's part of me picking your brain because, and I say this because. No. It ain't just because I want to see what you're gonna do or say. This is what I do alone. You catch me Saturday or Sunday by myself out there at the park, kick back, looking at the skyline, eating and drinking something. This is what I do alone. But I also noticed that, you know, it was a couple of issues in previous encounters where it was like, why we gotta go there? Why can't we just go to a nice lounge and bar and smoke hookahs and stuff? Now you want to check my pockets. No. I tell you what, we can go kick it and get a book and see. Let's read each other these philosophies and stuff and see let's really build. That's why I say part of my screening because now I want to see where your head at because we know we living in a new time where women running shit. You see what I'm saying? So I need to see where you standing in this whole. Because if we living in a world where women actually running shit, and you ain't got, you know, ain't no need for us to even be talking because you know we can't even go that far. Because now I'm trying to look at it like I'm a single man, I'm heterosexual, I'm clean, I'm very intelligent, and all that. I'm valuable. You know, it's a lot of women out here, a lot of successful women out here that would love to have that. So I'm like, okay, so are you gonna use this in vain? Or I mean, there's gonna be some thotty shit, or what the fuck? I mean, I want to know.
Ladies, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about the picnics and you know romantic dates that don't cost anything, or like a walk in the park, you know, something like that, or doing something that is thoughtful and
let's go camping, let's go fishing, let's go hiking, let's go, you know, let's do something.
I agree with you because I feel like, just like for instance, like my crown, I'm doing this crown collection for my online boutique, y'all. That'll be coming next month. I'm launching that Goddessy, and that's basically because I feel like nowadays it's not enough women that are embracing their queendoms. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta see or they don't even realize that they have it or acknowledge it. I think it's crazy that if I wear a crown and I walk around in the streets with a crown on my head, people will be looking at me like I'm crazy. But back in the day, we had kings and queens, you know what I'm saying, that walked the earth, you know, in royalty.
Trying to do that. I just can't find a crown. I've been trying to do that. You know, I just can't find a crown.
I made this. I'm making crowns. Okay. Like I constructed this. I made it from scratch. I made the earrings and everything.
I need one to wear every day.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with my campaign. You feel me? But yeah, I'm doing it because I'm trying to bring the essence of the royal image back, the kings, the queens, you know what I'm saying, the gods, the goddesses. Like, we don't carry ourselves as this. But if we used to exist on the earth back in the day and these were our descendants, then these were our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, we are the descendants of, where do people think that the royalty has gone to? Like, we're still existing. So if I gotta make it a fashion trend to wear a crown, you know what I'm saying, for people to accept it, then so be it. I just do it like that. But at the end of the day, it's all a method to the madness because I know who I am. I know I'm a queen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just a boss. She boss says that's the mentality and a lifestyle. But the thing about it is, once you realize your worth, your value, and you know who you are, you accept it, then, you know what I'm saying, you kind of elevate into your queendom. You know what I'm saying? You kind of go, you go into what you're supposed to be. You grow into what you're supposed to be. And so then you start realizing basically why you was put here. I think that one of the things that I was meant to do was to uplift other women and help them to understand the importance of this. Like I said, not just supporting yourself, but supporting each other. And once we know how to do that and support ourselves and each other, we can also support our kings. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes that. We are supposed to help to be the leaders of the household. It's not just solely on the man. So a lot of women out here looking for a man to take care of them because they don't understand that they're supposed to actually bring something to the table. You're supposed to be valuable and you're supposed to contribute to the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's money, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever it is, you know, we need to be well-rounded, like you said. And that's why I don't mind claiming my alpha femaleism, because I'm a well-rounded female. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, you know, let me tell y'all something. That surface level stuff, having a big ass and titties and, you know what I'm saying, looking good and dressing good and being fine and going to get surgeries and doing all this for a man, because, and you won't do it for yourself. That's not impressive to a guy. He knows what you got going on. He see that you did it for him, but he also is aware of the fact that you won't even do that for yourself, because you're looking for a savior. You know what I'm saying? Not just Jesus. A lot of y'all chasing a man's bag. Chase your own bag, or elevate up and chase a bank. Because I'm chasing a bank. I'm not even chasing a bag. A bag can't even hold the type of wealth and success that I plan on walking myself into and manifesting. You know what I'm saying? So when your values and your standards are raised, you just start thinking on a different level, and you start requiring more. You know what I'm saying? I know back in the day I used to have a list of expectations that I wanted to do. Somewhere along the lines, when he didn't come quick enough, I started to settle, and it was like, okay, well, he ain't got to have this. Oh, okay, well, he ain't got to have it. Okay, and after a while, I was like, okay, ball that up and throw it in the trash can for the list. You know, because he ain't never coming along. Now, in my older age, I see how that was a waste of time as well. I should have kept my list and my standards. Probably would have attracted my king by now. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with it, because I know I need to get myself in order and prepare for my king to come, because I am attracting him. So when he comes, you know what I'm saying, I'll be good. I don't have to try to hurry up. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I think that's honorable of you to, you know, offer women dates of things that they're not into or they don't normally do. I think that's good in a sense, because that essence needs to be brought back. The essence of dating, courting, getting to know each other on another level. You know what I'm saying? Not just a physical level. The mental connection is one of the strongest things I think that you can have in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? In addition to the communication. Right. If you're not connected on the mental, I don't care what you're doing physically, when that physical attraction wears off or goes away, you won't have anything left. And then you'll realize that your relationship really lacks substance. Don't get in a relationship with somebody because they're cute or they got it going on right now, because they could fall off. Will you still be okay with that person? You know what I'm saying? Will you still accept them for who they are when that happens, right, or if that happens? And if it happens, what will you do? How will you come in and help the situation? What can you bring to the table? Or y'all just gonna be fucked in the game because ain't neither one of y'all worth shit? You know what I'm saying? So as an individual, you got yourself together too, women and men, before you even worry about focusing on a relationship, because you're not gonna do nothing but sabotage that relationship and cause problems in it when you ain't all the way right and ready for a relationship from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? So one more question. This is not in relation to the relationship thing. I wanted to hear a little bit about your excursion and what you're doing with it, and the reason that you decided to do it, because I think that's also good what you're trying to do for the guys and showing that, you know, masculine energy and what we need to be preparing for.
Oh, the excursion as far as the jungle?
Yeah, going to the jungle.
Well, you know, I think I mentioned it earlier. I'm going into the jungles of Colombia. I don't even understand that statement right now. But that's
she said good. Most people get the women they get because of the money they have. Like,
you pay for what you get, I guess.
Huh?
I said, I guess you're paying for what you get. Huh?
Well, that's the thing. What she's saying is, if you don't have no money,
Andrew, that's right. That's right, Andrew.
Your pussy value is kind of determined according to your pockets, unfortunately. So you want high quality standards. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you ain't got no money, it's gonna be hard to get that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women, I'm just saying, like I did a video on that. You know, y'all guys need to know their pussy stock. If you don't know your pussy stock, you know what I'm saying, and what you qualify for, that may lead you to be trying to get some pussy that you don't qualify for. And that may lead you to rejection, which could really hurt your feelings, your pride, and your ego. Because I'm the type of person, like I said, I don't care about your money, but if your pussy stock ain't even up, let me tell you what I mean by pussy stock. It's like, if I see you out with a lot of thoughts, you know what I'm saying? A lot of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, you got thoughts around you. You always fucking with thoughts. And I don't never see you fucking with a woman of my caliber. You feel me? I'm not gonna, don't come try to holler at me, because I'm not gonna take you seriously, because I'm gonna feel like you tried me if you try to come holler at me and you know I'm out of your league of that pussy stock. You feel me? Stick to what you know and stick to what you used to, because you know what works for you. Don't try to go outside of the box and be trying to, you know what I'm saying, shoot for the stars. Don't do that, because you need to step your stock up. Stop entertaining thoughts. Then you'll attract a woman of more value. You can't say, oh, I want a queen, I want a queen, but all you fuck with it hoes and rats. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, what you attract or what you entertain is what you're gonna keep attracting. And women look at that in guys. You know what I'm saying? We look at who you mess with to know if we want to mess with you or not. I know if I ain't gonna mess with you or not when I meet you. Trust me. Especially if I know you and I done seen you out and about and I'm looking at you. I don't want. I'm not gonna open my legs to you. No,
right.
You're too easy. Right, you're too easy. I'm not. But the excursion, when I was talking about, right, you know what I'm saying? I have standards, and I feel like I just bring too much value to lower my standards of what you've been dealing with. Because not only will I be lowering myself, I will be subjecting myself to get that energy in me. If I ever have relations with you, all the people that you've been dealing with and having sex with and relations with, they energy is going to, I'm gonna absorb that energy. I don't want that on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I protect my energy. I value my energy. I know my energy is powerful. I won't let you get mine, especially if you don't deserve it.
So the excursion you're talking about is the Columbia, right? The jungle.
Yeah, they're going to the jungle. Like you're what you gonna be doing over there? Why you doing it? You know, what's the setup? Yeah.
All right, this excursion is for this is again my father. This is being raised by a father with a very the very
that's background right,
the very background that you seek. You see what I'm saying? So my father, you know, come from one of those backgrounds. Well, you know, he's teaching and instilling his son to lead. You see what I'm saying? He's even at, I'm 37 years old. My father's still fathering. He's still there. You know, fatherhood don't stop. He's still coaching me. He see where I'm going in life. He's like, look, bro, you need to tighten up because one day ain't gonna always be here. So you need to be taking the hierarchy and the family next. You have to lead this family. You have to lead your sister, brothers, your aunties, cousins, uncles in their households, your community household, whatever neighborhood you stay in. You got to be able to lead their households. You got to be able to teach whoever. So I look at Facebook and my social media presence is my ability to help other brothers. That's why I try to talk to the men and say, hey, man, whatever I'm saying, you can take it to your household. And I'm willing to listen to what you're saying so I can bring it to my household. You see what I'm saying? So with my father, he actually leading this situation. So I don't want to take no credit from him. You know what I mean? So he's actually teaching me. And he's been my teacher since a baby, as a baby boy, you know what I mean? So he's teaching me that, you know, we're going into 5G towers. You see what's going on with the corona. I mean, you know, maybe a couple of years ago, I wasn't trying to hit. Dad, listen, I ain't trying to go in the jungle right now. God damn, man. All that military shit, man. We don't need all that shit. But when I saw this shit happen, when I see how easy it is for them to say, stay in the house. We're going to pay you to stay in the house. Everybody stay in the house. You know, oh, there's this invisible monster killing everybody. Okay, you know, if y'all don't want to listen and you want to come out, we're gonna have martial law. We already got the fucking what it is, the military locking down New York City around this motherfucker. That's the biggest fucking city. That's the Empire State, goddamn. You know what I mean? So guess what it's gonna do to little Georgia, goddamn. You feel what I'm saying? So you know. So when I started seeing all of this, my eyes open, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's these folks really can come with what, if the Bible true or the religion, Quran, all this stuff true, then that's something gonna take place that we're gonna have to think for ourselves.
I believe they wrote it. They set it up. They put it into place. That's how they were able to put it in the book, because they were the ones that, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's right. Created it all.
Right, their ancestors and the descendants now, and the descendants of them are still keeping their mission going. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I definitely believe.
So that's why it makes it easier for you to submit, because you say, "Oh, it's happening in the Bible." Yeah, because they wrote it and they knew that you were gonna get to the point one day. You know what I mean? So what my father did was, what my father said was, "Listen, We're going to get waterproof pants and survival kits. And what we're going to do is prepare for what the world calls a bug out. A bug out is a situation where what if the 5G tower networks, like all men platforms, have glitches in it? And let's say that it goes out like your cell phone for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And it can go out for like 2 months, 1 week, 5 hours, 1 year, 2 years, you know, or maybe martial law, you know. And if you're familiar with martial law and FEMA camps, what would happen during those stages and days are they will put you into a confinement situation and spoon feed you, take care of you, make sure you're good and all of that. Being like myself who reject that, gonna be thrown to the wilderness.
Right.
Go bye. We don't want nothing to do with you. You don't want to be a part of our government. Bye. Right. So we would be guerrilla warfare out there. You know, I don't want to fight the government. I don't want to be against the government, but they got too many tools. But all that I want to do is survive out here.
Right.
So that's when survival started to come in. I got to know to learn the animals, learn the plants. We got to go back to the old days. Learn these little different survival techniques and scenarios. Then you got to worry about other rebels like yourself who want to come steal some food from you. So now you don't want to necessarily kill them. You just want to get them off of you enough for you to retreat. You see what I'm saying? Right. So what we're doing in Colombia, we're going into Colombia, and what we're doing, although I'm in America and we don't have rainforests and tropical fucking jungles with fucking anacondas and all of that crazy shit that they have out there, but my dad felt like that was the best scenery to train at because he has a wife over there. Not only do we have a wife over there, we have property over there. So with us having property over there, anytime I can have my woman out there and it can pop off. Like say if I was in Colombia right now and the corona thing popped off and now I'm stuck in fucking Colombia. I gotta know how to move on their land. You know.
Well, you better stop over here. Right.
So what I'm gonna be doing, we're gonna take a group of 5. Well, actually, as of today, I had a husband and a wife that's actually from there also. They actually asked to be involved. So there's 7 now that my father and I will have to defend, have to look out for, have to make sure that they understand. Because my father will be doing all the teaching. We'll be recording, so it's gonna be public. It's gonna be publicized. And it's gonna be on social media. Everybody will be able to watch it. I'm gonna do some marketing right before and all that good stuff. We're supposed to be going June 4th of this month, next month. But the president of Colombia closed the borders for the next 30 days. So we'll be waiting till after those 30 days to open the borders back up. And we have plane tickets and everything I already paid for. We're going out there to handle that business. But this is what it's all for. We'll be back in America again. We're going to do it again around America somewhere. We're going to open up the door for people who want to be involved in this experience where you get your hands dirty, you fish for your food. You may fish without a fishing rod. You might got to step in some water and use the net, old school style, and try to get everything, get your food and get everything to eat that way. You see what I'm saying? So this is what this excursion is all about. What this sister's mentioned, what she's asking, what she boss is asking me to explain. You know, so I'm very excited about this. My energy just went up. You know, I'm scared. I ain't never been in no damn jungle before, but hey, this is what it's all about.
I would love to do something like that. Like, I feel like I'm built for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I done been through some stuff and like that most, females wouldn't go through. But I think that's a great experience. Especially like you said, over here, we don't have those environments to even try to experience like that. So I'm looking forward to watching it. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything works out. Y'all have safe travels and things like that. And definitely let's try to go live while you're over there, or let's see if we can back on. And so
I'll be in the jungle. I'll be in the jungle. You know, you heard the Amazon jungle. You got a black man out of prison going to Amazon jungle. That is something amazing to me, and I praise the Most High God for that. So you got the jungle. You know, you got what do you say? Black men need to get back to the touch with nature. You damn right, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So and that's what part of being a king. Somebody asked, "What's a king?" The girl with the young lady.
He should want to know what's your definition of a king. Y'all make sure y'all share this live too if y'all haven't already shared.
I'm telling you the definition now by not giving you a particular concrete type of systematic way of saying, okay, if you pass this exam and press A, B, C to this, that's a king. Listen to what's going on here. You see what I'm saying? Kings think outside the box and make things happen for their own particular kingdom. Because even this situation right here, if shit pop off, who gonna lead their family? I don't think we're doing the twerking in videos. Not only we twerking in videos, we showing our money and doing all this crazy stuff, beefing with this and worry about all this, man. You know, look at all this crazy stuff going on. So if shit really hit the fan, which one of these men you sleeping with gonna be able to protect you? Gonna really be able to lead you to the next level? Which one of these men talking about they want multiple wives gonna really be able to lead multiple wives and multiple families? Which one of these men gonna actually be able to do this? Because this is where money don't matter, your credit don't matter.
Right.
Get serious with this. Your money don't matter, credit don't matter. Right. None of that. How big your dick and all this, that shit don't matter no more. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's all about your ability to actually lead and get the family and the community over this hump, because this wisdom and knowledge that I'm picking up, I'm sharing it with everybody. I'm not just keeping this to myself like, well, my family's straight. You see what I'm saying? Because the other races are doing this right now. I'm not saying my family's straight. No, what I'm saying is this is why she's able to ask this question, because I shared it with her. She's seen it posted. You see what I'm saying? So I'm seeing her like trying to share it with everybody, so other men could catch on and say, hey, bro, let's all get together. Let's make this thing happen, because we got a bunch of women and children around here, single mothers and stuff, that these men need to be held accountable for. All men need to be held accountable for. All these women in our community that don't have father figures at the house and leads in the head. A sister hit me up on my social media, I ain't saying no names, today. And she said, I lost my family. You know, my family, old heads, they all passing away. I own my home. I'm very successful. I have a child and blah, 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 blah. But brother, I need help with what the next step to move. I said, sister, hit me up. Let's build. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know the best what to move, because somebody got to take initiative for our fallen sisters and brothers too. You know what I mean?
We should try to maybe we could try to implement something, you know, because I'm definitely putting together some programs. Maybe you can help me. I don't know if you heard me talk about She Boss and He Boss University, but basically She Boss University and He Boss University is a platform, you know, separate structures for women to be able to work on personal professional development, and we definitely need to learn some survival skills and tactics. So I would love to add like those components in there, you know. And like I said, I need guys, I have guys that would help with He Boss, you know, University, because of course I can't teach, you know, men how to be men, but that is something that we need. And I think the importance of that too is us learning how to help each other and communicate with each other separate from each other. You know what I'm saying? Not while we're in each other's faces, because it's hard to get an understanding of a situation when you're inside of it instead of on the outside kind of looking in. So you don't have a different perspective. Your perspective is kind of limited. So I think that we could definitely learn from those type of things. I would love to be able to work with you on that. But the other thing is, and I also wanted to touch bases on something that we was talking about maybe doing. You want to tell me now? Should we wait? You know, about the talking about the exercise and stuff. But I know what it was. A lot of y'all, why you're talking about that, because it's very, very detrimental right now that men get more in tune with being a man and manhood, because right now they just passed the law on May 5th. It's called the HR 666. If y'all haven't heard about it, y'all need to look into that. Excuse me, 6666. Yes, HR 6666. That's a bill. Housing resolutions. And basically what they're saying is they passed a law for them for the authorities to be able to come into your house, okay, and determine if anybody in your house has been either exposed to sickness or is sick. So basically, like if they come in there and you're coughing or you look weird or you look different, by their standards, they are able to come and take you out of your home or your family members out the home and claim that they're doing it to keep you safe. Now, of course, I don't feel like this virus is airborne, so I know it's a bunch of bullshit, and it's just easier for them to enforce that, like you said, martial law. FEMA already has the concentration camp, so guess where you're going if they snatch you out of this house? A lot of people just don't know that. Like you said, they twerking. A hair store opened up. I seen a post today. Hair store opened up, made 50 bands. You know what I'm saying, in one day. So that tells you where our money and frivolous spending is going. But you know, within the African American community, at least every year we spend $500 million on frivolous spending. You know, that's Jordans, Birkin bags, weed, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And so we always complain about not having money or communities not being rich enough, but that's not the case. Is that we're not spending the money in the community. We're spending it everywhere else. But pretty much every other race and community spends their money at least 7 times when they're in their community, when they get paid or when they get money. And the black people spend their money 0 times. Our money circulates 0 times in our community. That's why we don't have shit. for us to be spending $500 million every year, that lets you know that the money's coming in. Just like everybody getting these checks, stimulus, unemployment, things like that. And I've been saying it. Hopefully, y'all to go do something, make an investment, start a business, invest in stocks. I don't know, buy you some gold coins or some silver bars or something like that. Invest in some corn, some oil, some things, real estate that are going to be worth something when the value of the dollar depreciates, because they don't give a fuck about giving y'all all this free money because it ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they're trying to get on this one currency, which is electronic. Paper and cash checks, all this stuff, not gonna be worth a damn anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they're just giving it out to you because we're already in debt. But if y'all don't do anything to try to make sure that you're going to be stable, depending on how this could go, they're already trying to maybe accuse Bill and Dr. Fauci of infected, you know what I'm saying, the world with this shit, which I bet do that. They're going to take a rocket scientist to figure out who created this shit. But if they're not able to convict these guys, which they probably won't because they have too much money, we could definitely be looking at some very serious times. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I'm not scared, but even I started to plant a garden. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to learn, how to get my green thumb on. Because while my man is out fishing and hunting, doing whatever, I need to be making sure that the garden is good and these vegetables and these pesticides ain't eating them up and stuff like that. Because I don't know nothing about gardening, but I'm finna learn. You know what I'm saying? Because I see what we coming to. Also with the foods that we eating and the genetic engineering and stuff is just not safe. So we need to get back to catching fish and learning how to cook them and gut them and all that, because I don't even know how to do that. But my daughter does because her grandma taught her. So my daughter's going to teach me. I'm looking right now on the marketplace to find some like used fishing poles or something, because I don't want to invest money into something I don't know how to use, but I do want to learn at least the basics, because I feel like we're going to have to get into that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for land right now, out in the country somewhere away from the city that is not by no 5G towers and stuff like that, to be able to, plant my garden and get myself grounded, because the day is coming. And I ain't worried about no 5G and communicating on these devices if it comes to saving my life and not having to get a vaccination that's going to have a chip in my hand where they can, tell about everything I have going on. So right now, while everybody's social distancing, y'all just know that they're programming you and conditioning you to get used to being 6 feet away from people, because when they give you this vaccination, they put this chip in your hand, they won't be able to detect you if you're grouped up. That's the thing about it. That's what this 6 feet is. It has nothing to do with the virus floating and trying to stay safe. And yes, I be wearing my mask because I'm promoting my business. Let me go ahead and throw that in there real quick. But I do not believe that these masks keep you safe, okay, from the virus that's floating, because it's not a Rona, it's the 5G. And 5G, you can't protect yourself from radiation with a fucking mask. So y'all just know that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when they put those chips in you, it's gonna be like a tracking device, okay? So they can't detect you if you're in the groups of people. So y'all understand and know that usually when they're telling you something, especially mainstream media, it's never what they say it is, okay? It's always something different. It's usually always another method to the madness or something behind it. So,
well, I'm trying to go and dwell there. It ain't no 5G towers, and it ain't no corona, ain't nothing out there but the indigenous people of the land, nothing but some goddamn fresh soil and some beautiful salt water. And I'm just out there, and if I have my woman, goddamn, she coming too, goddamn.
Well, listen, I'm open for a picnic, you know what I'm saying, to walk around the park or whatever.
Let's do it. Let's get on. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I ain't trying to be right on 5G towers. But no, thank you for joining me for real. Go ahead and plug yourself again. Take your social media tags, because a couple of people want to follow you, and I don't think that they was tuned in when we first got online. So they want to.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, King King Lockett Benyah. Benyah, Benyah. All right. That King Lockett you see on the screen right there, that's my YouTube. You can type that in the YouTube search engine, King Lockett. Right. And you'll pull up my YouTube, so help me get 1,000 followers so I can start going live. See, if I go live, I can go live out there in the jungle. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers. Let's do it. Share and do whatever, subscribe, share, whatever the case may be. I'm trying to start going live with y'all, and I play a game called whatever you want me to do. I'll do it when I'm out there. Whenever I'm traveling, I'll do it, whatever you want to see. All right, so Instagram is #1 King_Lockett. So it's Instagram #1 King_Lockett. YouTube, King Lockett. Facebook, King Ben Yah.
Hey y'all, and y'all get on these virtual exercise sessions that he's got going on, because he will travel, but he does do virtual exercise lessons, and I am taking advantage of the opportunity. So we got something coming up for y'all real soon. For those of y'all that want to work out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I done lost all the weight I need to lose, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to get back, you know what I'm saying, get my abs tightened up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm trying. I've been trying to do a little bit workout, but I need you, brother. I need you, brother. I need your encouragement and your motivation. You know what I'm saying? To work me out for the little time frame that, you know what I'm saying. We also, what we talking about doing, y'all, is maybe like a weekly episode or a live where I work out and I go through his training. And what do you have? Like, it's a 6-week course. It's a 6-week
Yeah, I got a 6-week guarantee. If you don't see no results in 6 weeks, man, I give you full refund, man.
And man, let me tell you, that first session killed me. So I know in 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying, I should definitely see some results. So I'm going to do his 6-week course. Y'all watch me. Y'all watch my transformation. And hopefully y'all will like it. And you all will take advantage of the opportunity as well. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all follow this brother. He has a lot of great things going on. He's doing a lot of great things for the community. I love his movement. He is a fellow brother of the struggle. I am a sister of the struggle, like I said. So, you know, I'm always advocating for my brothers and sisters of the struggle. Anybody been to prison, shout out to you, especially if you're trying to do better, come up and stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the movement, keep the motivation. You can do it. You got it. You are worth it. You are valuable. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that situation be the end of your story. It's a new chapter when you come home. And anybody else that's out there trying to do something great. Like I said, if you would like to be a guest on here, you would like to sponsor an episode or promote your product, your business, or your services, please go ahead and email your girl, okay? That's sheboss21inc.com. Excuse me, sheboss21inc. I'm sorry, and go on over to the website to schedule your free 30-minute strategy session. If you need any type of business consulting, image consulting, website built, advertisement, marketing, and promo packages, okay? The website is www.sheboss21inc.com. That's SHIIBOSS21inc.com. All right. Got that website on the way for Goddess Goddessy. I will have all things goddess as well as this crown collection. If y'all feeling that, go ahead and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram page at Goddess Goddessy. That's GAUDYGODDESSY. Okay. And then add a .com for the website. That'll be June 15th for the launch. One more thing, go on over and follow me on YouTube as well. Okay. She Boss Talks. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers by December as well. So y'all help me and King Lockett reach our goal, reach our mission. Share these lives, y'all. It don't cost y'all nothing to share the info, the information, because we're just trying to help others help themselves. You know, it's free, and you will be blessed abundantly. You'll receive that help back, because what you put out into the universe will come back to you, okay? So as always, I speak nothing but infinite blessings and abundance on your life, your wealth, your health, your community, your existence, and your love, okay? Join us again soon, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I am so thankful that you showed up and you really came through on this one.
Hey, anytime you want to do it again, I'm here.
Okay, well, stay on while I get ready to end this, and we will see y'all soon. Later.
Peace.